Welcome to Corsicana Tiger Baseball here from Midlothian, Texas. Rusty Hitt and Richie Cottrell today.
Hey.
Brought in the A-team today. Richie Cottrell coming in.
I'm the fireman. You remember when they used to call relief pitchers firemen?
That's right.
I'm a fireman.
Well, we got another big one here today. We're in Midlothian, Ronnie Clanton Field. Corsicana Tigers and Midlothian Panthers had a lot of battles over the years. And Tigers win Tuesday night in a game that they really needed to have, and it was a 4-0 ball game.
That was a huge game, Rusty, coming off of, a Friday night before with Kaufman that, you kind of shake your head and you don't know what to say because Tuesday night it's a 14-0 game. You come home to your place feeling good about where you are and against them, and then the game plays out the way it played out. But then, it's a credit to the coaches and the players bouncing back and just playing a all-around good baseball game against a very, very good baseball team in this district.
Yeah, leading the district coming in now. They've lost 2 in a row, so, of course, they're looking to get back on track. And it's a tight district. Ennis loses to Red Oak, so now Ennis and Red Oak are tied for 3rd and 4th. Midlothian and Heritage are tied for 1st and 2nd, and the Tigers are 1 game back. And of course, we have Red Oak next week and Ennis the following week. So, Red Oak, you got to look out. They shut out Midlothian last Friday. They shut out Ennis 2-0 on Tuesday. So going to be a challenge. And so Tigers, man, if you could win this game, really would help your situation out immensely and give you some confidence going into some games. And, really it comes down to maybe splitting with Red Oak and beating Ennis. And then you got the advantage. So.
And, going in, you'd love to just sweep
Everybody.
both of them. Yeah. Just finish it out that way and really secure your spot.
May even get up to second or something.
Yes, yes, yeah. That'd be big. That'd be really big. But, the win Tuesday night is a big win. But they're Midlothian so far ahead anyway. It just gives us some.
Yep.
It gives us a little extra, but it's going to boil down to the next couple of weeks.
Well, it's very reminiscent of some times when you were the AD, and we had Cleburne and Joshua and Midlothian and Red Oak and Ennis, and it was to the end to figure out who was going to make it, and you had teams sitting at home that could have won playoff games.
Oh, you're right, and it does come down to the last game, and this team has to beat this team, and if this team beats this team, it doesn't matter what we do, and just so many different scenarios. But this would be a great opportunity tonight to build off the momentum from Tuesday. But once this is all said and done, they're going to turn around and play a game tomorrow. But the next 2 weeks are really the key.
Well, the key on Tuesday night was Isaiah Miranda Pancho.
Yes.
To his teammates came out and threw a complete game shutout, and really he battled. He got through the second inning with some trouble runners at second and third, one out. He got 2 punch outs to get out of that. After that, he dealt pretty good. Got to the seventh inning, and they had some base runners, and still was able to get out of that without giving up a run. And so that's what they needed. I mean, the old saying in baseball, momentum is the next day's pitcher. And Miranda came out, and he was that guy for them. Their guy had been undefeated. He's big time, and, he was not getting strikes. He was, frankly, I think he was throwing the ball off the plate a little bit. Maybe some strikes. He's used to getting called strikes, possibly at home. And he never adjusted. And, and then his defense didn't help him. He had some ground balls that could have been, routine ground balls that turned into hits, because they just didn't make the plays.
And, you talk about the strike zone and where he usually gets some strikes called. That's something that we need to make sure we adjust to tonight, depending on the type of officiating we get.
Yes.
And we'd have to make the adjustments. And quite frankly, if they're calling those balls outside or ball and a half outside,
yep,
we need to take advantage of it from the mound as well.
Yeah, as long as they're calling it both ways, there's nothing to complain about.
And that was Tuesday night. They called it both ways.
I thought it was very consistent on the game. So anyway, so we're going to have a big one here, and Tigers are the visiting team. So let's go over the batting order and the lineups for the two teams. The Tigers, the visitors, will lead off, and Connor Perkins will lead off on the mound. He'll be on the mound for the Tigers. Easton Hawtrey is at third base, hitting second. Portillo behind the plate, hitting third. Jordan Tamez is the shortstop. He will be hitting cleanup. Sean Medrano at first base. Trenton Bruton at right field. James Sod is the DH. And Walker Smith is in left field. Blake Phillips is at second base. And in center field for the Tigers, being DH for tonight, is Brody Dobbs. I think we're honoring somebody here at the park. And for Midlothian, leading off playing shortstop is Michael Gray. Hitting second is the second baseman, Talon Tiffy. Probably the toughest out on Tuesday. He was hitting the 9-hole for Tuesday. Alec Reyes behind the plate. Ryan McDonald in right field. Dylan Dick is the DH. Tate Elliott is the third baseman. Keaton Bradshaw first base. Jaden Blackman is in center field. And Hunter Garza is in left field. And the pitcher is Dane Gerard. And that is the starting lineups. We got a gentleman on the first team that made the playoffs. Is that what here in 1960? That was out the first pitch. He bounced to strike in, but it was over. So, good job honoring one of their old-time ball players.
I hope to be able to get out on the field
yes,
and
sir.
pick up your arm give it a whirl.
Thank you, Mr. White. All our alumni, welcome. At this time, let's
Nice little recognition right there, the alumni.
Yes.
Walking through, and the baseball team is shaking his hand, and of course he's probably giving them a little advice too.
He does appear to be doing some advice right now.
He's talking now.
You know, that's one thing that Heath really does a good job of, is recognizing people that help the program, that are involved, volunteers, that kind of thing. And so he's always done a good job with that as well. So it's a good thing about baseball. It's more intimate than just about any sport there is.
It really is. It really is. You know, basketball is an intimate area, but it's so it tends to be so distant, you know, because you're staying away. But with baseball, I mean, the atmosphere is a relaxed atmosphere. You've got, you know, everybody's talking to each other, and
some
and
of that's good.
Yes,
some of it's in fun.
Yeah, so the communication out on the field is a lot different than in the stands and around. So, you know,
and of course everybody's yelling at the players, then the umpires and the coaches. And again, some of that's positive, and some of it is not positive. So we'll be having the national anthem coming up here shortly. We will be quiet when that comes on, introducing the home team right now. And, man, got Adam back in the fold here tonight. Gave Abby the night off, poor thing, making her work all the time. So appreciate her on Tuesday night for sure.
And everything's working like a champ. All the bits and pieces, the rotors, the motors, the wires, the cords, cables.
We got cameras everywhere. We got a monitor, man. Can't beat that. So beautiful setting here for baseball. About a perfect night as you're going to find in this time of year as you get started. Not much wind. You rarely see that in early April.
The flag is still, down and still.
Robinson. At this time, please join us as we honor America with the national anthem.
And here's the national anthem. Play some baseball now as the Tigers will get ready to hit. Dane Gerard will go through his warm-up pitches, and everybody will get ready to play baseball. The defense for the Panthers will be Elliott, Gray, Tiffy, Bradshaw on the infield, Garza, Blackman, and McDonald in the outfield, Reyes behind the plate, and lefty Gerard on the mound. Got a pretty active, pretty quick wind-up. Kind of a loose arm right there.
Doesn't look like he's just a hard thrower either.
Kind of different side arm.
Yeah, different arm slots there.
Coming out and gets in that crouch, you know. High leg kick.
We'll watch that and see if that dictates his pitches, you know, where that arm, where that ball's released in his. See how that was more of a 3/4?
Yep.
So you folks at home, as you check it out.
He's got decent velo.
He does. He does.
There's a little breaking ball right there.
Yeah.
So
things change in his motion, too, when that happens.
Yeah, he you can tell he has not been taught in the Skip Johnson pitching mode, because Skip and Woe teach very minimal movement in that windup. Short step, side step, come parallel, and down the, he's crouching and kicking that leg up. So a little more from a mechanical things, probably more that you have to worry about, but maybe hides the ball pretty good the way he's kind of coming, approaching the plate. So
trying to be sneaky.
Yeah, Connor Perkins going to lead it off here for the Tigers, followed by Easton Autry, Josh Portillo. Tigers in white uniforms with blue pinstripes. One of my favorites. I
nice
like that.
look. Yeah, it's a nice look.
Very classic. So Tigers got it started early with a chopper to third on Tuesday night that Elliott was not able to play. Turned into a double and got over to third, and Autry brought him in with a sac fly. First pitch across with strike one. Good start right there for Gerard. I think they were anticipating a right-hander, but got the lefty instead. 0-1 pitch. Popped him up. Let's see if Carr can survive tonight.
I think you parked far enough down.
And I think we got people on both sides, which I think is a good thing.
Even better.
Get a little blockage.
Even better.
All right, we got no balls and 2 strikes here to Perkins. Fouls that one back.
Way to fight that off. Everybody's playing him straight up. There's no shift, nothing crazy out there defensively in the setup.
Breaking ball. Taken for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And we're on the same angle you're seeing. We're on the side by the dugout. So it's always a different feel from being in the press box and straight behind. You can't tell the velo as much up there.
And you have a better look as to where, or how far in or out that ball could be.
So 2-2 now to Perkins. Off speed, pulled foul.
It's a way to get on that.
And that's, what is this, about a 5 or 6 pitch at bat already? So already qualifies as a quality at bat.
Very, very quality. And, the motion there slowed down, changed up, and it was good to see Connor hang in on that.
Fastball up. Full count.
It's a good job.
Be great to get this leadoff man on right here. Sun's tough on the right side at this field. At home, it's on the left side, but here, right side looking dead into it for a little while. Ball 4, walked him. It's a great at bat there from Perkins, battling back from an 0-2 count.
Ooh, that was a nice at bat. Nice battling, nice staying off of a pitch up in his eyes where you tend to want to. You got 2 strikes, you tend to want to fight that off or hit it because you're in that in-between stage. Is it a strike? It is a ball, but did a great job laying off some pitches and then battling and hanging in there to give himself a walk.
Easton Autry up here with a runner on first and no outs. Got an off-speed breaking ball right there. He fouls it off.
He saw that coming.
I think he was sitting on that one a little bit.
He was. He wanted to blow it up.
They started him with change-ups, I believe, most of the night on Tuesday. He got 2 hits and the sac fly, so he hit the ball hard. Probably definitely hardest anybody on our team. Try to sneak a fastball in there. 1-1, excuse me.
Nice job of staying off that too. That was outside, and it's good. It's a good regroup from his first swing right there to reset himself and be ready to battle the next pitch.
And the pitch comes. Breaking ball outside, 2-1.
That first pitch might be the best pitch he sees.
After, I can't believe he got the balls to hit the other night, especially after as hard as he hit that sac fly. Here's a 2-1. Ball 3. Setting up off the plate, looks like. Again, we cannot tell that on our side, but
he's got to be out there by the
Yeah, he's
line
way
and-
outside.
Yeah.
3-1, ball 4. They were not going to give him something to swing at there on 3-1. So first two guys up, 2 walks. Josh Portillo is up, who is an excellent bunter at times. Had a bunt hit on Tuesday night. So Temez is on deck.
Oh, I like Easton at the second spot there in the order.
Yes. Well, especially if you can get Connor on, it's hard to either pitch to him or pitch. You kind of got to pitch around him. And on Tuesday, they didn't pitch around him, so showing bunt. Takes the ball. Lowers part of the zone there for a strike.
Well, he sees a 6'5" kid, and then here comes a 5'9" player. So, okay.
So an 0-1 call here to Portillo. Checking the runners. He shows bunt. He gets it down. Good bunt to the right side. Played by the first baseman. Goes to the second baseman covering the bag.
Oh, that was tough. That sun
fighting
was
the
in
sun.
his eye. Oh,
it was high.
Oh, it was.
Good sack bunt right there by Josh. Advances the runners. So you got second and third now with 1 out. Jordan Temez steps in. The shortstop tonight.
Shortstop, Jordan Temez.
They're playing in at third base. Have seen Jordan bunt a little bit.
This is where you'd like looking at second base and seeing how deep he is. You got a left-handed pitcher that's going to fall off to the third base side, that push bunt.
Yeah.
You know, or just thoughts.
Yes,
Just thoughts.
I like
you know,
those
just
thoughts.
See them.
And they're playing in the middle, back in the middle. So they will concede a ground ball in the middle here. Going to play in at the corners. So Temez goes down and talks to Coach Autry.
Trying to figure out what the umpire
Was talking to
was talking to the dugout. I don't know what's up with that. So maybe the coach was, I don't know.
So we got 1 down here, second and third. Tigers trying to score first. And they're opening a bat here in the top of the inning. Top of the first. Takes a ball low. Good take there by Temez.
Good job. I was having a coach step in. Can't be outside the dugout. That's what it was.
So 1 ball, no strikes. Working out of the stretch. Working away. Popped him up foul out
Get
of
out.
play.
There we go.
Back over the dugout.
As in the bullpen, Rusty. It
Yes.
didn't get far enough down.
Oh, no, we're good. Got a ball and a strike.
Everybody's playing Temez straight up, too.
Yep. Jordan's done a good job hitting the other way this season. Here's the pitch, and he's trying to bunt, and they were coming. That was a suicide.
That was.
He bunts it foul. Fortunately, it was off the netting here. So
Got a left-hander with his back to third base and not seeing that.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a word said that I heard
No.
from his teammates.
A ball and 2 strikes here. 1 out. Tigers trying to take advantage of these opening walks. Breaking ball hit foul behind us. Bang off the concrete. Dinged a little car back there, but that one's not too bad. Had some time to break it down out there after it hits the concrete. Still a ball and 2 strikes. With Perk running, you don't need a deep fly ball to get him home.
You sure
if you
don't.
can just get it to the outfield.
You sure don't.
Take a ground ball up the middle here, which should do it. 1-2 pitch. There's a foul down the line. well past our car, Richie, so we're good to go here. 1-2.
Once again, another good at-bat.
Yep.
Seems like the guys are seeing the ball well and making adjustments. And
making him throw some pitches for sure. That was the key the other night. Their guy just had to throw so many pitches early. Kind of step off. Sun's almost down for us, but not for the fielders.
Boy, it is not at all.
Right fielder's going to struggle.
Yeah, and even when it goes down, there's nothing to shield it until later innings. At least that's the way it looks.
Here's the 1-2 pitch again. Bounces in. A little low, 2-2. That's a good take after being on all those
yes.
foul balls there.
Yes.
I think you get geared up, and it's so hard to stop that, you know.
Well, and the reset after every pitch, I think, is so big. You know, that pitch is over and it's done. It's the next pitch and just, you know, being ready for it.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on, no runs yet. Top of the first, trying to solve that. There's a shot, base hit down the line. That's going to the corner. It'll be extra bases. 2 runs are in. Temez is at second base. He's going to hold him there. Big hit by Jordan Temez. Whips that ball down the third baseline.
Rusty, he turned on that, and it took off. He set that ball on fire.
And I'll tell you what, he'd been late, you know, on those foul balls. He was a little late right there, and he hit that ball out in front, and that just snuck inside the bag in play and goes down to the corner. As you mentioned, the left fielder's playing straight away, so he wasn't cheating over there. There was no way he was going to get that, and Jordan might could have tried for 3, but don't ever make that out at third base right there.
Exactly.
You score from second just fine.
Coach did a good job holding him up and, you know, taking what they've got so far.
What you got? Fly ball, foul out of play right somewhere. And it's an 0-1 count. Tigers go up 2-0 here to start in the top of the first inning. Again, put 2 on the board here to start the game, and that's what they did Tuesday night, and it held up. So 0-1 count to Medrano. Takes a ball, and again, Gerard throwing a ton of pitches here in this first inning, and there's still only 1 out.
And great job right there on Sean staying off of it as well. Of course, that ball looked like it was further outside than, you know, it appears, so there was no doubt what he was doing there.
That takes 1 at the bottom of the zone there for a strike, 1-2.
We've changed our mode of operations here on the mound. We're not trying to be finicky and throwing some curves. He's coming right at Medrano here on this at-bat.
Right, a little scouting there, 1-2. There's a slot down the right side. It's foul, about 2 feet foul to the right. That was a good job of going the other way on that pitch. It was on the outer half, and good job right there.
Very good job, and a ball that was up, and you made contact on it right there. Great job, because that's what we need. We want it to go to the out to right field, right center, and just get it out there in the gap somewhere, because Temez will score if it gets in the gap.
Yeah, you try to pull that, you're going to pop it up or something.
Yep,
or hit a roll over on the ground ball. So I got a 1-2 count. Medrano battling up there. Breaking ball, it's up the middle. Shortstop slides and makes the play. First baseman can't get to the bag. Runner will score. Medrano's going to stay there. So a good job, a great defensive play by Gray. First baseman was off the bag. He tried to get back, and then they couldn't hook up.
The first baseman was taking off to go be the cutoff for the center fielder and a play at home plate. He's got plenty of time to get there, but he took off right when the ball got hit up the middle. And it cost him right there. It was a great play there at short.
Got to give him an error on the throw, don't we?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
E6. It's a foul ball. Really, that's probably on Bradshaw. At least, I mean, it wasn't a perfect throw. It bounced in there, but if Bradshaw's in position, he makes the play. But you're right. He's got to go be the cutoff man.
Yes, he does.
Foul tip by Bruton. down 0-2. 3 runs across here with 1 out in the top of the first. A great way to start. Balk Perkins after an 0-2 pitch, probably about an 8 or 9, 10 pitch at bat. Then walks Autry. Portillo sacrifice bunt and a double by Tamez, followed by a ball up the middle. Good play by Medrano, and then the ball was thrown away for an error. And so that gets you to 3 runs. Bruton takes the ball, so it's 1-2. Popped him up, and that's going to be out of play.
It's going to be up and out.
Adams' truck almost got it. He survived.
Missed it by that much.
Still a ball and 2 strikes. Again, a lot of pitches at the at-bat here.
For each person that's been at the plate, battling off, fouling off, doing a good job.
No one pitch outs.
No, doing a great job of taking balls and not chasing things.
The sacrifice bunt was on 2 pitches. That's the shortest at bat he's seen. So 2-2 to Bruton. Medrano on first base, 1 out. Popped it up, out of play again. Not a lot of swing and miss so far.
It really isn't. No. I'm trying to remember if there's maybe one.
I'm not sure I remember one. A lot of foul balls, though.
A lot of them.
So 22 here for Gerard to Bruton. Coming home with it. Curveball in for a strike. That's a good. He kind of buckled him on that one.
It did. That got him. Caught him off.
So that's 2 outs. Gabe Sod, the DH, steps in. He is the 7th hitter in the inning. 3 big runs in the top of the first for the Tigers. You did exactly what you're supposed to do. You walk those first 2 guys, you got to make them pay.
You sure do.
Foul straight back there by Sod. Your 3-hole great bunt, and then your cleanup guy wipes them up,
Yes,
brings it in. So Medrano put a couple of balls in, put a couple good swings on balls, put one in play, gave us a chance.
And that was a nice shot up the middle. It's just, you got a shortstop that's playing more toward the middle, but that was a great hit by Medrano.
If that was over the plate, he did not call it. He has been calling that ball kind of that ball below the knee, it seems like.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if it was over the plate or not, so.
Makes me wonder if he saw too much movement of that catcher.
Yeah. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes. Ball up at the letters right there. And they talked about earlier about laying off those kind of pitches. It's hard for a hitter to lay off that pitch.
It really is. Right there in your field of vision, and you have a different feel for it, where you see it, so you think you've got it.
Here's the 1-2. Curveball's going to stay up. 2-2. Checks the runner. He's coming home. Popped him up. Gonna be foul and out of play. Behind us.
Good.
I really don't want to have to catch one of those.
I turned into a fan and just buckled. Covered my head.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes. All of Adams' equipment here. Out in the open.
Well, and it's a beautiful night for it to be out in the open for sure. It sure does look nice. It's a nice place. Looks like we got a possible pitcher there warming up in the Midlothian bullpen.
Breaking ball down right there. Little back foot breaking ball. Almost got his back foot.
Almost got his back foot, and you could tell by Gabe's reaction, he thought, why didn't I let that hit me? Man.
It's hard to get over that natural reaction to get out of the way.
Right, and then your teammates don't help it.
Oh, yeah, they're talking to him a little bit. Full count. Ball 4. Third walk in the inning. And again, a multi-pitch, like 7, 8 pitches right there for the walk.
That's a great battle right there.
Yeah, good job by Gabe. Yes.
I think he wants that high fastball that he swung at. He'd like to have that pitch back, but he did a great job on those final 2 balls right there.
Well, we have a visit to the mound here, as you can see. Kind of visit with his pitcher, kind of get him on strike. And, it's like you're at the bottom of the order. Those strikes.
That's exactly right. It's exactly right.
So here's Walker Smith, the left fielder. So sun's down from our perspective.
Walter Smith at the plate.
Still not totally out for the infielders.
Well, I made a horrible comment because that sun will get down. It's getting down. Looks like the pitcher is at least covered by the shade.
Yeah, at least the hitter now is not looking at the ball. Should be in the shade when it's coming at him. All right, so Walker Smith here with 2 outs and 2 on. Tigers trying to extend the innings further. Blake Phillips on deck. Ball low. And
nice take.
You're going to be taken. Faultry didn't give him the fist when during the discussion here. He told him to take a strike, I would imagine. So here's the 1-0. Did not take a strike. Got a pitch he liked, though, and good swing at it. Fouled it back. Do have a right-hander throwing over there.
I would expect we see him in the second inning.
I would expect you will see him because even if he gets out, he's thrown a ton of pitches. Good pitch right there, strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs, 3 across, men on first and second.
Nice productive inning in a lot of different ways, not only by runs, but the at-bats.
Sending your 8th guy to the plate. So you're going to see the top of the order in the next inning regardless of what happens in this next at-bat or 2. Your pitcher's thrown a ton of strikes. Thrown a ton of pitches. There's another one out of play. I don't know. It's got to be a record number of foul balls here.
We should have had a foul ball counter. Should have brought my pitch counter.
Your clicker?
Yeah. Should have brought a clicker. And those things are obsolete now, the clickers.
Yeah, all you got to do is go to Game Changers, probably on there.
Yes.
Fouls that one, stays alive. So
trying to throw it by him. Walker battling away. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch.
Yeah. Stays up. 2-2.
They keeping up with it on Game Changer?
I didn't see it there.
Okay.
They probably are, but
I'll be keeping up with Connor's pitches, how many he's got.
Here's the 2-2. Got the strikeout. Did get a couple of strikeouts in the inning, but only gave up 1 hit. But 3 runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base. So very active inning there. Tigers take a 3-0 lead to the bottom of the first. We'll be right back. we are back here for the bottom of the first inning. Tigers put a big 3 spot there in the top of the inning. It's a ton of great at-bats right there, Coach. I know as an old baseball coach, that's what you love to see.
Oh, you really do, because you feel like your guys are confident at the plate. They're able to battle some close strikes off, giving themselves confidence, and in turn, that makes that pitcher begin to doubt his stuff, because he's thinking, this curveball, he's not going to touch it, and we battle one off. And he goes, golly, and tries it again. We battle it off again. Those kind of things you play mind games with them.
Well, you're seeing the ball well. You're seeing the strike zone well. And then, he's not – again, he had a couple of swing and misses later in the inning, but not a lot of put-away pitches. With 2 strikes, he didn't get the pitch to put you away.
Shortstop, Michael Gray.
And I don't think he just had the pitch to put you away. Not at all.
All right, 48 pitches in the first inning there, Coach. So.
Okay, good. I'll keep up with that. It's better.
That's a ball there to start off for Gray, the shortstop. So here's the 1-0. He must be off the plate because they're coming across pretty good. 2 balls and no strikes. Maybe it's a tight zone.
Might not be as high as we'd like for it to be. There we go.
Oh, off of Perkins' glove. Woo! Makes the play. And again, the hands of a shortstop at pitcher comes in handy a lot. Man.
And I am glad that was his glove.
Yes. He might not be pitching the rest of this game if it hits his leg or knee.
And then Coach Autry's got the game down. Hey, Josh, go talk to him. Settle him down. Ease his mind. Let him catch his breath from what just came at him at 100 miles an hour.
And you're probably right. Probably was 100 miles an hour. Shot right back.
Now.
So Gray with a rip, but right at Perkins was able to get his glove on it and get the out. Knocked his glove off.
Yes, it did.
So Talon Tiffey, the left-handed hitting second baseman, is up. Again, he was in the 9-hole the other day and was tough out. Couldn't get him out some and moves up to the 2-hole here today. Oh, no balls, 1 strike. Tried to get hit. So.
Calling it down.
Yep. 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a slash to the opposite field. 1 hop to Walker Smith. And again, just a tough hitting little lefty with the bat right there.
Sure is.
Bat on the ball.
Sure is. I'd like to have that second pitch back, though.
Yes, that was a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, I thought it was. Because then that changes his mindset as how he's swinging. He's probably going to hit something out there to left field or over to third or short just to get the bat on the ball, but still having that.
Yeah. If that ball was over the plate, that should have been a strike because it was a curveball. Curveball right there. You know what I mean? He caught it at the knee.
Yes.
So if it's a curveball and you catch it at the knee, it means it came across the zone as a strike.
Well, and I think back to the pitch to Josh that was down, that we thought was down but got called a strike. Then call that same thing there.
Here's the 0-1. Curveball hit foul. 0-2.
And that was up. That was an up curveball.
He kind of hung, so he had big eyes on that swing.
Yes, he did.
Way out in front, though, so no balls and 2 strikes.
And trying to launch it.
Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball, swung at 1 in the dirt. Good hang right there by Josh. Gets the punch out. That's 2 outs in the inning.
Really good job. That was a great job. Good pitch.
Well, had him swinging at both of those curveballs before. He got the call strike, and then had him swinging at 1, and I think he was thinking maybe it was a different pitch because buried 1 on him. Curveball, not a strike. 1-0. This is right fielder McDonald.
I think they're just pressing, too. We got up. We're up 3-0. They're just pressing and thinking that they can get back in and hit the ball and put themselves in position.
Big lead at first, fairly big lead. They're going to throw over. He's back. That one looks like a youngster.
One of those fast ones.
Savvy little ball player right there for sure. 1-0, going to throw over again. He's back in.
I like the movement that we have when the ball goes toward first. We get action from the right fielder, and it comes back to the pitcher. Easton's coming back to back it up. I just like the movement piece of it. Players are in the game that way.
1-0.
Good
In
pitch.
for strike one. Good pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And I think Coach Autry talked to Connor as he was going out about where to throw the ball, and it made me think he's belt down.
Yeah, watching the zone, watching what was called. Breaking ball that time too much.
Josh had to get out of the stance to go get that one. There wasn't any sliding and blocking on that one.
Yeah, that was well in the other batter's box. So
Good job by Josh reaching and moving to get it.
2 balls and a strike. Ball low, 3-1. Don't want to walk right here. You want to?
No, make him earn it.
Yep.
You got 2 outs, make him earn it.
Throw over. Here, Coach Autry telling him to let him hit it. Backing Easton up a little bit. 3-1, and he does.
go.
And he fights it foul, back out of play again. Full count here. Just do the same thing. Let's just go right at him. He hits you, but don't walk him. It's what creates big innings.
It does. Yes, it does.
So then you got to pitch to the next guy because you got 2 on. So runner goes.
Let him go.
Boy, he smoked that ball to right field, and he does hit it. It's going to be over Bruton's head. It's off the wall. Runner's going to score. 1 run across. They're going to hold him at second base. And he did his job. He is the cleanup hitter. Both the cleanup hitters doing their job here, picking up the RBI from first base. He was running on the play, which helps. But a good double right there from McDonald.
Looked like the ball was up. Bat leveled with it and just drove it out to the right field fence.
So it's 3-1 now is the score.
But, you know, like Coach has said, hey, don't fall behind. Feel it. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know, because he had to work back to that.
Dylan Dick, hit the plate.
Yeah, when you get to 3 balls, you got to go at him.
You sure do, and it's a hitter's pitch.
Here's the pitch. Breaking ball down. 1-0. This is the DH. Dylan Dick.
You know, you like to be unorthodox at times, you know, with pitching and situations and that kind of thing, but that wasn't the time to do it. Well, maybe it is because it's so early in the game.
Ball 2. Another close miss right there. Looked like he had to reach for it a little bit.
Yeah. And there's no, I'll say the word deception, there's no deception by the catcher to bring it to plate to frame it up.
There's a ground ball to shortstop. Tamez up with it. Over to first base. That's going to do it.
Good job.
So they do get a run on a couple of hits, but that's it. So it's a 3-1 ball game as we go to the second inning. Tigers will be up. All right, we are off to the second inning now with a 3-1 lead. It'll be 9-1-2 up for the Tigers. It'll be Phillips and then Perkins and Autry. So here we go. And Dane Gerard back out here, the left-hander, through 48 pitches in the first inning. Starts him off with a strike. Here's the 0-1. Gonna bunt, popped it up, and the the pitcher was able to play it in the air. So that'll be one down. Just got under it a little bit. Now, if he could have hit and backed up a little, he might have had something working there. Trying to drag bunt that. So Connor Perkins walked and scored his first time. Takes the ball low.
Okay. That's consistent with a pitch earlier.
High fly ball towards center field, right center field, right fielder. Center fielder's going to take it. They were both right there.
At least I wish it would have ended up like the Phillies center fielder and left fielder had the other night, or the other day.
Have a little mishap out there.
They certainly did. They have a routine fly ball, and you're thinking, okay, one of them's going to get it. Left fielder pretty much stops. The center fielder stops. They don't communicate, and the ball falls right in between them.
Two major leaguers.
Two major leaguers. Yes.
Ball there to Autry as he takes it outside. Got Portillo on deck. Breaking ball outside again.
Way to stay off that.
Yes.
Way to stay off.
Because it was up there hanging for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to recognize it.
Yes.
2-0. Kind of a quick pitch there.
Sure was.
3-0. Gerard not happy with the call. I know. Heard after the game that they weren't happy with some of the calls the other night. And I think we thought that was a really pretty consistent ball game on both sides from our point of view. So
you know,
I don't think it's as tight as the zone is here tonight.
No.
So, and again, look for excuses when you lose.
I was about to say, everybody, the visiting team.
Yes, it's
Good
always.
Gosh.
Always. So man on first base here, second walk of the game for Autry, who has been walked a ton. Portillo takes the ball. It's going to get away, so Autry will go to second base, get in scoring position.
That was lazy work right there by the catcher to have that pass ball go by.
I think he just got, a little lackadaisical right there.
He did, and just turned his hand over for that lower ball and just didn't see it in. There's a whole different mindset from the pitcher, from Gerard, compared to the first inning now. I think he had an adjustment there, mental adjustment in the dugout, and I'm sure he did not want to be pulled after the first inning. Yeah,
you don't want to go out that way for sure.
No way.
So base hit right here has got a chance to give the Tigers another run. That looked a tad low, but maybe not. Maybe I was kind of blocked by Jordan in the on-deck circle there, so I'll chalk it up to that.
There you go.
1-1. Swing and a miss. A little higher in the zone there. So ball and two strikes. Nice recovery here for Gerard here in the second inning. Much more efficient inning.
Very much so. much better job.
Going to step off the mound.
He still has his delivery and his windup still give pitches away, so hopefully we catch on and take advantage of that. There we go.
It's Josh there, so a little breaking ball that ran in on him, so hit batter. Wasn't too hard. And it'll be Jordan Temez who had the big base hit back in the first inning to knock in a couple of runs. They're going to play the line a little more here, it looked like.
They are. The left fielder still playing straight away. Everybody in the outfield straight away.
I think Elliott's going third base moved the line a couple steps.
He did.
Which creates a hole to his left. Foul ball, going to be out of play. So right here, base hit will most likely score a run here with Autry at second base.
Yeah, because their secondary might be a little larger, and then contact, they're out.
Pitch is high.
They're on the move.
Yep.
Good job on Jordan's part of leaving that high pitch, you know. It's got us a couple of times with a couple of our batters, but for the most part, they're staying away from it.
Right field's fairly deep. Center field's tad deep. There's a shot to the right center gap. It's going to get down. Right fielder cannot make a play. One run will score. They're going to hold him at third base. And excellent job right there by Jordan Temez going the other way. Right fielder gave a great effort out there. Could not come up with it. 2 out RBIs wins championship. That's a favorite thing of Heath Autry's to say. And the walk to Autry, again, comes back to bite him.
It sure does. When you got a guy like that, and you're just I think I'd take my chances and just see if he could knock one out every single time he's at the plate.
When nobody's on.
Nobody's on. You know, you had 2 outs. What do you got to lose?
Well, and I'll tell you, one of the things in the couple of games we've struggled in, Heritage, the game you did in Crandall, the game against Kaufman, is we weren't making them pay when they pitched around him. And so that's the difference this week is we've been able to do that. There's a high fly ball, deep left. Left fielder's going back, and he's able to get it falling down. Madrano with a big hit right there. Unfortunately, left fielder was able to get over there. Nice play by Garza. And the Tigers get a run on a hit and going to leave a couple on base right here. So it's a 4-1 ball game as we go to the bottom of the second. All right, we are back here to the bottom of the second. Tigers got that run back they gave up in the first, so it's a 4-1 ball game, 3-run advantage here, and they'll face Elliott, Bradshaw, and Blackman. Perkins out for his second inning work.
Zane Elliott to lead off.
Did you have him around 16 pitches in the first inning probably? Starts him off with a foul ball.
I had him 16.
Probably not what he'd probably like to do about 12, but
Yes.
I think 16's not bad. Actually, he'd like to do about 3, right?
Against
That's a really good pitch. I don't know what was wrong with that. Maybe it was inside. I don't know.
Against a team like this, 16 is good.
Yes. Here's the 1-1. That's another good pitch.
That's a real good pitch.
2 balls and a strike, I guess. If that's not over the plate. If that's over the plate, that's a strike. That's a foul ball.
Well, the way, Coach Autry's asking Josh, hey, he'll always ask.
Yep.
That's what coaches do, put a little pressure. And so he's asking Josh, and Josh is into the game. He's kind of shaking his head, and that tells me that was right there.
That one stayed up. Breaking ball kind of stayed up on him. Full count. Leadoff man again. You don't want to walk the leadoff guy here.
Oh, you sure don't. But you'd love to have that ball.
Mm-hmm. Right here. Foul's out of play.
Be a whole different at bat if that strike is called.
Yeah. No doubt. Here's the full count pitch. There's a line drive, but right at Temez. Line out to the shortstop. Man, each of the leadoff guys have hit line shots, but right at people. So, fortunately, nobody got hit in that process. Jordan was able to catch it.
Yes, I'm glad that went all the way to the shortstop right there.
So this is the Bradshaw, the first baseman. Ball here to start him off.
No sun.
Sun is gone. Outside, 2-0. Come back and get him right here, Connor.
There you go.
There's going to be a ground ball to Medrano. He's going to take it himself. Ball, he almost popped up on that one. He was able to stay down.
He sure did. Hey, this is turf. You don't get those crazy bounces.
Yeah. It is a little purer. So you got 2 outs. You're going to bring up Jaden Blackman, the center fielder.
The days of fixing the dirt around you is almost gone.
Fly ball to the right side. Everybody's running. Foul ball. So, well, I'll tell you what. We were over at Heritage after that game we played over there. They were all working the field.
The good old days.
Midlothian Heritage. Of course, across town here they've got the turf in this new facility. So you got to wonder when that's due for them. But, yeah, they were working the field. Guys had rakes just like the old days.
Wow.
So, working on the mound.
Like it.
No balls and a strike. I don't know what's wrong with that pitch. Unless he's lined up outside. Here's the 1-1. Hit him in the back. And that's a frustration for to me. He's frustrated because he should be 0-2, and he feels like he should be 0-2. So
be nice to be back there just to see the frame piece of it and to see what the umpire sees there.
Like I said, it's coming across at a good spot. I don't know if it's over the plate, but that ball is low. Going to fake the throw down. So this is the 9-hitter, Garza, and he thought he was going to call a timeout and go visit with his pitcher. And this is not a mechanics thing, or Corbin Hall would have gone out there. This is a frame of mind type of situation.
I think he's going to get an answer from Josh.
Yep.
Or Josh has probably answered him without answering him.
Yeah, he doesn't want to say much with the umpire right behind him because he's got to work with him all day.
That's right. And it'd be good for Connor to take this break right here, just, take a few breaths and listen to Coach straighten him out and go right at it.
And he might want to wait long enough so he can mention something to the umpire, but he doesn't. Sometimes you see guys just go out there and stand and wait for the umpire to come out.
Yes. Yes.
So we got a man at first. There's 2 outs. There's a 1-0 count. And this is Hunter Garza, the left fielder, who ended the last inning with a half inning with a really nice play, running a long way to catch a fly ball. Pretty good lead at first base, not going anywhere. And again, must be outside or something.
Well, and Josh gave up on it quick.
Yeah,
I felt like he was coming up from the start, so it must be outside.
Yes. Here's the 2-0. It's a foul ball.
A foul ball that was up.
They are swinging at those pitches at the letters, aren't they?
They really are. And I'm glad they are, because those aren't getting called strikes either.
Here's the 2-1. Pop that one out of play. 2-2. I don't know if you can read what's on the jerseys for Midlothian. Cement City.
The cement plant. My wife and I drove through here a week ago, and I told her about the cement plant.
Runner goes. Good pitch just below the zone.
Where's that at? Hey, quit shaking your head and having bad body language. Grow up.
So it's a full count now with 2 outs.
Cement City. Wow.
Fouls another one off.
Heads up.
Where's the pitch at? I've asked you 5 times. John, is it straight? Come on, man. We got to have something out there.
Yeah, that ball at the bottom of the knee has been called more than once tonight as a strike. Because that one was clearly over the plate.
It was.
So.
Yeah.
Full count pitch. Here it is. Ball going to get by Josh, so runner will advance to third.
Ball back to Connor.
Going to hold the runner at first. So now you're back to the top of the order. Got to block that one.
You do. You sure do.
And that's a little frustrating. He had his punch-out pitch and got balled.
Yes. Yep. But you just got to I'm sure everybody heard Coach on here. Just,
yes.
Body language.
That's more. He's more worried about his player right now and the way he responds.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely.
So he's always coaching. So we got a hit batter at third base and a walk at first base with 2 outs, top of the order. They throw it, cut it off. Phillips drops it. Runner's coming. Not going to get him. He's safe. Had the play, but he drops it. He wasn't running until the play was to his left field side, so he's going to get it, but hits off his glove, and the runner scores. So you give up another run here, and again without a hit, and that's a little bit frustrating right there. Got the strike call.
Well, okay, we'll take the strike.
There's a fly ball to left field. Walker Smith looks like he's under it, and he is. And so they do get a run, which unfortunately you give up, but you're able to stop it for no more damage there. Yep. So it's 4-2 as we go to the third inning. We'll be back after this. right, we're back here 4-2 as we go to the third inning. Again, there's been a scratch in every half inning. That's not normal for a Corsicana Midlothian game being played.
Not
Usually
at all.
the pitching is a lot more dominant than that. And so we will start him off here. It's going to be Trenton Bruton for the Tigers. Struck out his first at bat.
And he's
Take strike
going,
one.
Gerard's going right at him. That way
Good
to
take.
hang off.
Yeah, good take right there on the breaking ball low.
Way to hang off that. Good job.
One. Man, that was not a strike a while ago. Golly. Call it every time. That's a strike.
Yeah.
Just call
Yeah.
it. Ball and 2 strikes here, Bruton. Swing and a miss. Got him on the breaking ball. Leadoff man is out. Second strikeout of the game. Third strikeout for the pitcher, for Gerard. So Gabe Sod steps in. He walked his first at bat.
Gabe had a good at bat.
He did. Saw lots of pitches.
Yes, he did. Earned that walk for sure.
Ball up around the letters.
Good job staying off of it.
Yes. What are we talking about? Everybody wants to swing at that pitch.
Yes, they do.
Hit a 1-0. That's a strike at the knee. Another good pitch right there. Got a little pop on those.
He does, and he's right around the belt right there. So I got to give Connor and Josh a better idea that's where we want it. And he's not trying to do anything fancy. He's going right at him.
Yeah, he's in a good job just getting a bat on the ball there by Gabe. So,
yes.
Yeah, exactly. He is not picking around right now. He's going right at these guys. So.
No, I felt like he was just doing that in that first inning, and he was not.
Going to be a ground ball to the third baseman, Elliott. He's up with it. Double hops, makes the throw. 2 down.
Putting bat on the ball.
Yep. Yeah, after going down 2 strikes, he's able to get around on the ball there. So Walker Smith comes up. Swing and a miss. Both the Midlothian pitchers this week struggled early and then kind of got into a rhythm as the game wore on. Gerard's doing a lot better here. Pop that out of play.
Yeah, his body language and everything he's got going on right here. And toward the end of the lineup, I think he's real confident with where he is against this part of our lineup here.
0-2. Foul tip, not caught, so got a little life. Sure would like to get another runner here. Just
somebody on, yes.
See what happens. Worked last time. Breaking ball. Did that hit him? No. Guess he avoided it. 1-2. Catching one on the bottom of your cleat is about as good as it gets right there.
Sure is. Of course, by nature, we're getting out of the way.
Another foul ball here.
We are getting out of the way. Because if you don't make the attempt, the umpire is going to see that and say, "No, you're still here."
And you get hit and don't get the base. Double whammy. Here's the 1-2. There's going to be a ground ball down the third base side, but foul.
Foul.
Yeah, about 6 inches to a foot past on the other side of the bag.
Just foul.
Elliott had to dive on it. He had pretty good timing. I don't know if he comes up with it, if it's fair or not, but
you're just hoping he gets a glove on it and just touches it.
Touches it out there in that big, wide open space there.
Yes.
There's a pop-up on the infield. And first baseman takes it. He drops it. He dropped it.
We'll take that.
That's probably, I don't know. It's a long run for him. But he's typically maybe playing closer there, but we'll be on with the error here.
And, the pitcher's not going to catch a ball.
No.
He's not going to make that attempt.
They typically don't want the pitcher doing that.
No.
I don't know what the time. We call time for a second for some reason, but now we're ready. Phillips is up with a man at first base and 2 outs. Gerard steps off, looks in the dugout.
It's a number 9 hitter, guys. He's been up before.
And the pitch. He bunts. Left side, first, third. Pitcher plays it, and he makes the play. Good job by Gerard fielding his position. Not an easy play, but he was able to come up with it. And that's going to do it here in the third inning. No score for that inning for the Tigers. It's 4-2 as we go to the bottom of the third, as they'll leave a man out there after he reached on an error. So 4-2, bottom of the third coming up. All right, here we go. Back to the bottom of the third inning. Looks like Gabe Edgar comes in at left field for the Tigers. And it will be the number 2 hitter, Talon Tiffy, who had a single in the first. Came around to score a run.
Had a nice little Texas leaguer out there to left field.
So here's Perkins. Fastball up.
Yeah, it's just too high.
So here's the 1-0. In for a strike, 1-1.
Nice frame up as well with Josh. Good job. Of course, that could have been right there anyway.
Popped him up. Easton catches it. Ball was drifting back toward the field. I didn't see it. Catcher didn't see it. But fortunately, Easton saw it. That's a great out to get that leadoff guy right there.
You know, these new lights, newfangled type lights are really, they're pointing down.
Yes.
They're not up and push out to all areas of the field. They take care of their certain areas here.
Yeah, when I looked up, I didn't see it anywhere. So there's a ball here to the number 3 hitter, Alec Reyes, the catcher. Curveball, he's able to lay off of that, 2-0.
Yeah, this is the new fad lights, and I'm with you. I'd like to have some lights in the sky so you can see. Oh, yes, I like that. That was one of those low balls right there.
Yeah, and that was probably a ball lower than the one that didn't get called a strike a while ago that would have punched out the kid, and they don't get a run. Fouls that one off, 2-2.
I like Josh's action, too.
Yes.
His framing.
I think they had a visit in the dugout about, hey, help us out. This will help, you know.
Yeah.
So 2-2 here. Curveball, swing and a miss. Josh is going to get him tagged. Gets the strikeout. Good job by Connor. It's the second strikeout of the game.
And Reyes is the strikeout guy. He's the
got
two
them both.
strikeout.
He
Yeah.
sure is. So this is the guy that hit it out in right field, one up the wall, Ryan McDonald.
And McDonald.
Cleanup hitter. Starts him off with a breaking ball. There's a ball to start him off. Trying to be careful with him.
Uh-huh.
In
Nice
first
pitch.
strike. Yep, good location.
That was, I'm going to make this pitch right here. That was that pitch.
I think I heard Autry tell him everything down. So 1-1 pitch. That was that was at the belt. Come get it, you know. Just go right at him.
And throwing it by him.
Ball and 2 strikes. There's a pitch. Curveball. Off the end of the bat. Foul. So we got a ball and 2 strikes here to McDonald. Nobody on. Bottom of the third. Tigers with a 4-2 lead. There's a ball low. 2-2.
Low and out and away.
Yes. Kind of yanked it. So 2-2. There's the pitch. Curveball outside. Full count. And try not to get him anything too good to hit.
No. But you got nobody on.
Yep.
2 outs.
Go back to that fastball at the knee.
Let's get him.
Here it is. Full count pitch. Josh left it up there a bit, but called the ball. 2-out walk.
Makes me think that was outside.
Yep. Probably trying to work him out. Away on the on the black. Maybe got it out a little bit.
Yeah.
So 2 outs, man at first base. Brings up Dylan Dick, the DH.
Dylan Dick.
He grounded out to short last time up.
The ball here. Get him behind a lot. It's not something he has done historically. Corbin Hall going to go out, and this is a mechanics discussion here.
Sure is. Sure is. And just, you know, clear your mind a little bit.
Yep.
Don't overthink things and push yourself into, you know, I've got to do this. Just, I know I can do this, and just do it. Just make it happen. Because he can.
Yes.
And he has.
He's the district pitcher of the year last year. I mean, you know, he's undefeated till I think we got to the playoffs. So he's the guy that, you know, you want out there in the situation. I don't know, not quite the same confidence or the crispness that he had last season. He works with a good rhythm usually.
Yes.
And so, you know, and again, he's just missed on some pitches that he maybe not normally misses on, but get him right here and get out of this and come hit.
Yeah. Next pitch. Here it is. Let's go.
And he'll be up to start the inning. So here's the 1-0. The belt no longer in the strike zone.
Well, the belt, and I
he
just
could have
wonder
been away.
where.
I mean, it certainly he could be pitching him away.
Yeah. When I see Coach start talking to Bruton, and I'm thinking, oh, they're throwing him outside.
That is down and away. 3-0.
That one was obvious.
I mean, you know, he got that first out, got the strikeout, got up 2 strikes on McDonald. And it's just kind of slowed since then. There it is. Good pitch right there. And it wasn't just a get me over pitch. It was a good strike.
It was.
He put it in a good location.
You'd like to think he's hitting the spot that they're choosing.
Let's go get him right here. Pert, 3-1. There's a fly ball. Brody Dobbs coming in. Bruton over. Makes a diving catch.
That's a heck of a catch
Trenton
right there.
Bruton makes the catch. And that ball died out there. It looked like it might carry, and I think Brody's first steps were kind of parallel till he got a read on it. Bruton read it all the way, came in and made a great play on it, and gets the Tigers out of the inning with no run. So a 4-2 ball game as we go to the fourth inning. See if the Tigers can put up some runs here. Top of the order will be up. All right, we're off to the fourth inning. Tigers with a 4-2 lead. Sure love to add to that. Perkins will lead it off right here.
Nice energy coming off the field with the big catch by Trenton
bet.
out there in right field, and I know that makes him feel better because his at-bats, he's struck out twice right there and get out there and give us some great effort. So when he rolls back around up at the plate, he'll be a guy that's ready to go. First pitch is up.
Yeah, starts him out with the ball.
Nice job by Connor.
He has walked and scored and flown out to center field. Hit him. So he will be on base. Second hit by pitch tonight is Gerard. After that first inning, you wouldn't think he was going to be out in the fourth inning, but he has hung on, improved a little. He's at about 80 pitches, right?
Yeah, well,
we estimate about 80 pitches.
Yes.
So.
And, you know, the aura about him has changed too. I felt like going into this inning right here, or the first inning, and the way he portrayed himself and how he was warming up and the different things that he does with different pitches, to me, I just felt like were just too cute. And it was more of a show than it was, I'm getting out here ready to compete. And I think that's what cost him there and why we had such success there in the first inning. And then his mentality changed. Of course, his coach probably swayed him in a different direction. And, you know, he's come out and he's pitching, so.
But he didn't want to start off by hitting Connor Perkins and putting him on base with Easton Autry coming up.
Not with somebody who can hit it into trees.
And Jordan Temez has a couple of doubles in the 4 spot, so that's not the kind of thing you want to set up here, but we will see here as Autry's going to face the lefty again. They do have a right-hander who's been throwing since the first inning, still up over there. So, see how they pitch him. They're going to throw to him.
And they've got a second catcher getting ready in the bullpen.
So here's the first pitch is a ball.
And, you know, even though Easton is a left-handed batter, we could even tell that was outside on the other. He is deliberate on his throwing the ball outside.
It's ball 2. And if you're not going to pitch to him, to me, I'd just say put him on base. You know, don't get your pitcher in a bad
and add these pitches up.
Yes. So 2 balls and no strikes here to Autry. See if he can get a pitch to swing at. He does not. 3-0. And you better make sure it's not a strike if you don't want him to swing at it.
Maybe this is the opportunity to let those guys warm up. Coach goes out, takes the time out. 4 balls outside, and here we go with the new pitcher.
Walked him.
There we go.
So that's 3 walks on the night here for Autry. Got him at 5, and I might have missed something along the way, but
Here it is.
And
Here
that's
we go.
going to be a pitching change.
Sure is.
So you're going to have first and second. You're going to have Josh Portillo coming up. There's no outs. Very reminiscent of the first inning.
Yes.
And
nice little sacrifice bunt. Got
Yep.
people over to second and third.
And so we will have a new pitcher. And let's see, is that 15? He was the one doing all the warming up earlier.
I see more Cement City than I see his number. I don't think they have a number on the front of their jersey, do they?
No. And I think Brennan Tiffy was 15, and I believe he threw the other night. He did throw the other night. So, have not started the warm-ups yet. And it is 15.
It
It's
is
Brennan
15.
Tiffy threw an inning the other day.
I would assume brother of Talon.
Yeah, I would think so.
That's a very unique name.
It is not. It's not a common name, no. And actually, I think he threw 2 innings the other night, but I did not record to be exact. So we have Gerard threw 3 innings plus through into the 4th, but did not get an out. So I've got him. He only gave up 2 hits, but he's given up 4 runs. 5 walks, 2 hit batters, 3 strikeouts, unofficially.
Yep.
So go to a right-hander here, and I think, yeah, you're right. Coach went out there. He says, okay, we'll pitch around this guy because he doesn't want this guy to come in and have to walk his first batter. You know, get the walk out of the way, put Easton on. We'll pitch to the next guy and see what happens. So. But you got Jordan Tamez down there who's had a couple of rips tonight.
Golly,
so.
yes. And now you're just seeing it from the other. You're seeing the ball coming from the other side. And this seems to be more of a consistent release, a much higher release, and not a release that's 3/4 sidearm. Yowls are
Just as you say that.
Yeah,
He goes
just
to the
as I
backside.
say that.
Kind of reared back on that one, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
A little extra.
It's a up to down. You got a different angle.
He was very over the top the other day when he came in the game. So, yeah, Richie's here. Stephen Nutt. He had Hope Center banquet tonight, so he's an officer there, so he's obligated. So appreciate you jumping in as always, Coach.
Absolutely.
Crashing on the bunt down first base side, and he shows bunt.
Wow.
I think they were just trying to sneak behind the runner there, see if they could get him sleeping.
That's exactly what that is, a little play, but the strike piece of it just got me there.
That was a strike?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. They weren't sure on the scoreboard yet.
No.
They haven't put it up yet. So
No.
it looked a little high, didn't it?
I felt like it was. What we got going on here? We've got the infield umpire checking lights, evidently, maybe.
This truck, I guess, behind us has got his brake lights on or something. Well, not sure what we're waiting on, if that's it or.
There we go.
Okay.
We got a Midlothian
All right.
administrator out on that.
I think Woe's over there.
Whoa, initially's on it.
There you go. All right, truck's leaving, so we can start. No balls in a strike here to Josh Portillo. He's going to show bunt. First baseman's creeping in. Going to slash.
Like it.
And takes a ball high, 1-1.
Like it.
Yeah.
Third baseman's even at the bag. First baseman's coming, with the first and
And
second.
the other thing it does, that second baseman's having to come over, so it creates that hole on the right
Ooh.
side.
And it's vicious. It's a vicious hole.
Oh, he bunts it high and popped it foul, so that's going to be 2 strikes.
He threw the bat at it.
Yep.
kind of hit at it.
Now, we know he'll bunt with 2 strikes, so that doesn't necessarily take the bunt off.
Not at all. Still have that second baseman shaded way over toward first.
Ball and 2 strikes. Showing bunt again. Oh, and he snaps at it and will strike out on the bunt attempt. Josh is a good bunter, so.
He is. He is. Those last 2 attempts, though, weren't.
Kind of reached for it.
Yes, they weren't as typical. Just, let that bat catch the ball.
So Jordan Temez comes up with 1 out and 2 on here.
Two for 2.
Yes, 3 RBI. Takes a ball high.
As we watch Tiffy a little bit more, you see where he's going to do a lot of, it seems like he's going to do a lot of missing up high.
Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Even a lot of Jordan's outs during district have been hard. He's a hard hit ball, so he's put the barrel on a lot of balls. Some have gone in like tonight, and even some of the outs have been hard right at guys. So you like him up in this situation.
Oh, yes, you do. And you got 2 good runners here on base as well.
Runners go. Swing and a miss. High, goes in the outfield. Perkins going to get up and come home, making something happen right there. Heath Autry, good break on the ball, good jump. Ball goes into the outfield. Perkins never hesitated getting up there. So we have a stolen base and score a run on the E.
We have scored a run in every inning.
Except
oh,
one.
Wait a minute. Yeah, the third. I was getting too excited on my book.
But we'll take it. We'll take the run.
It.
It's 5-2 now. And Temez is up with a chance to get Autry home here with 1-2 count. There's a flare out to the right side. It's going to be down in front of the right fielder. Autry's coming around the bag. Right fielder's up with it, throwing. Is not even going to get a chance. So Jordan Temez with 4 RBI and 3 hits tonight. What a night for him. Tigers go up 6-2.
Well, you said it, Rusty. He'll put the bat on the ball, and he's had some good shots. Right there, he put the bat on the ball, and it was just perfect. Hitting it away, the right side, being able to bring in that run, and nice little Texas leaguer that had a spin on it to make it that much more difficult to field.
And he's been able to go the opposite way. He's done a lot of oppo and up the middle, and so, again, that's a guy who just, where's the pitch, let me hit it, and get the bat on it. And so we've seen him go down the third base line and now go down the right field side. So 1-0 here. And there's a shot up the middle by Medrano. That's 3 well-hit balls he's had. One, the shortstop was able to make a sliding stop on. His last one was deep left field.
Yes.
Elite left center field, and then right there up the middle. Good job by the junior, who's really starting to come into his own here as the Tiger first baseman.
And that ball looked up, too. And
yes.
he got the barrel on it, drove it back up the middle. Nice job. Nice little hit right there.
That's the thing. If you do barrel up a ball that's up in the zone, you can hit it.
You can.
So here's Trenton Bruton. Made the diving catch to end the inning. Takes a big swing there for a miss, 0-1. Again, Tigers up 6-2. Love to keep adding to that lead here. Here's the pitch. Ball low here. Good take by
nice
Trenton.
job. Yes. That first pitch, man, he's wanting to hit the ball so bad.
Yes.
He wants to redeem himself. Got a new pitcher, new at bat. Let's go.
When he's going well, he's driving the ball up the middle. That's what he did over in Kaufman when he had 3 hits. Takes a ball low there, 2-1. Pitch.
Attaboy.
That'll lay off. That's a pitch he normally swings at.
Yes.
He is able to pull back there. Now he gets in a good hitter's count at 3-1.
Now, if I've been keeping up, not getting too excited after the hits, that's only the 4th ball Tiffy has thrown.
Swing and a miss at ball 4 right there. Ball was just off the turf. I think he made up his mind. He was swinging at that one.
He did. That hitter's count, he's thinking, I've got it.
Yeah, he's going to slash here with a full count. Here's a pitch. Takes ball 4.
Good at bat.
Bases are loaded. All right, so first walk there for Tiffy.
Gabe Side at the plate.
So he's given up 2 hits and a run here. Oh, that run, those 2 runs are probably on Gerard. So going to have a meeting at the mound here by players.
Yeah, those 2 should be on Gerard because he pitched to both of those guys.
He did. So bases loaded. Gabe Side up here.
Let's see how they play Gabe. His bases loaded situation. Corners are in.
Yep.
Short's playing at depth.
What do we got going here? We're going to run for Medrano, I guess, looks like. So with 1 out, it'll be 19. Preston Wing. So Gabe Sod, bases loaded, 1 out. Tigers trying to add to this lead. Never enough runs, right, Coach?
Never.
Takes a ball there.
Oh, the second baseman's back, so they're going to turn it up the middle, try to end the inning that way.
Takes a strike, 1-1. Edgar's on deck here for the Tigers.
He replaced Walker Smith out in left field.
Here's the 1-1. Takes a ball low, 2-1.
Nice job hanging off of that. You know, in Gabe's motion, every pitch, it makes you think he's swinging, but I think that's just his
Everything
movement.
he does is moving toward the pitcher, getting ready. So 2-1. There's a line shot over the shortstop's head. We'll score 1 run. They're sending the second one. Going to third base. He's in safe. Ball gets away. Does not get in the dugout, so it saves him a run right there. Gabe Side with a big 1-out single that drove in 2.
Yes, sir.
And go to second base on the throw. Great job by the senior DH. 2 more for the Tigers. Goes to 8-2. Bruton goes to third base. Side is in at second. Another 2 RBIs there for Gabe.
Nice job of running the bases by Trenton.
Yes. And you go back, Richie, and this whole got started. The first run this inning came on running.
Yes.
You know, picking the time to run. You know, Autry's got a stopwatch in his pocket. He's checking everything. When they're not looking back, boom, he's going. So what we got?
Got number 5
Number
coming
5.
in to pitch.
Thank you, Adam. Let's see here. I got this saved here. Number 5.
We didn't get any.
I don't have a number 5.
We didn't
there he is. He's the DH, Dylan Dick.
Okay.
So Tiffy unable to get out of the inning. So this inning started with a hit by pitch on Perkins. They walked Autry intentionally. Portillo struck out on a bunt attempt. Temez with a single drove in a run. Perkins had scored earlier on a bad throw. Medrano with a base hit. Bruton with a walk.
Yes.
Sod with a base hit, 2 RBIs, and that's where we are. Second and third, 1 out. 4 runs across. Tigers up 8-2.
You got a new pitcher.
Yep. All sorts of things happening
First
out here.
at bat for Gabe Edgar since his substitution. We got a lot of moving and shaking in this inning right here.
And I think both those runs are his. So, although it doesn't really matter since our books aren't official, but got Gabe Edgar coming up with 1 out, 2 on, and he is the 8th batter to the plate this inning. So,
and we had 8 batters come to the plate in the first inning.
Very nice. Another right-hander. I think Steven said he thought this guy was actually probably their next starter, but not tonight.
No, not tonight. He's pitcher number 3 tonight.
4. No, I mean 3. Yeah, that's right. Gerard didn't. So
Tiffy had 17 pitches that inning. Gerard had thrown 6, so there's 23 so far this inning.
So we got 3 hits this inning. Temez, Medrano, and Saad. Those guys have done a good job a lot of the season. So Gabe Edgar steps in. He got the start that Friday. We started at 4 o'clock or ish, whatever time we ended up getting started. His dad, Bo said his dad played some professional baseball. So
all right,
thought he was a good, solid player with a future. He's only a sophomore. So bringing the infield in here. Takes the ball low. It's a big spot to get your first at bat here.
Yeah, and that ball low right there was something I was expecting to be called a strike, but I don't know if it was outside and low.
And a nice take right there.
Yes.
Here's the 1-0. Got a little velocity there. Called a strike, 1-1.
I wasn't expecting that. I would have
thought it was up around the belt a little bit, huh?
A little higher than the belt.
Yeah, 1 ball, 1 strike here to Gabe Edgar. I'm sure he had take sign on.
Yes,
so.
you bet.
Wow.
That's outside.
That's got to be outside because that's a good location, but a good take right there by Gabe Edgar.
That's outside.
2-1. That's a come chase me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it looks good, but I'm catching it out right here off the plate. 2-1 to the third baseman. He's going to hold up, have to go to first. Now got off. Could have actually got the run out at second base and been out of the inning. But so anyway, good play over there by Elliott. Get the out. 2 down. So Phillips. So I'm thinking we're going on contact right there.
We're going to have a pinch hitter.
Phillips steps in.
So Maddox Dill going to actually pinch hit here. He pinch hit.
Check that. Maddox Dill steps in.
That was against Kaufman last week, and took 2 hacks and ripped the ball. The first one would have had a chance to go out of the park if it had stayed fair.
Really?
I mean, he smoked it and then smoked the line drive, but he pulled him foul. He just didn't wait on him. Whoa, who was doing the game with me, he said, now he's going to get a breaking ball outside here. He just needs to wait on it, lay off of it, and he didn't. Takes a fastball low right there. And again, Bubba Medrano, who told me, because he played JV with him, he's like, Mattis can hit. He says he's been hitting a lot of doubles. And so he really swung the bat well that day. Here's the 1-0. Takes ball 2. Freshman right here, your future. Probably a future on the mound.
Well, it's great to have that youth and just that energy.
2 balls, no strikes here to Dill.
Because all that's done is build his confidence at the plate.
Here's the pitch. Ball 3. So here we go. Big spot right here. Dylan Deck, the top of the order, sitting here on deck. He really don't want to get back there. And here's strike 1. Taken all the way, of course.
Yeah, you really don't. Let's see what he's doing. Okay. Coach is giving him the spot. He's letting him know he's got the freedom to swing it, but it's got to be there.
Coffee can, right?
Yes.
Here's the 3-1. Popped him up out of play. Bangs it off the cover of the stands. Full count. All right, Maddox Dill getting the second pinch hit as a varsity player. No pressure here.
None
Two
at
guys
all.
on, right?
None at all.
Still working out the stretch. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. And this guy's tight, boy. He's got a tight zone. I wish we were behind so we could see how tight, but
I just think it's
outside.
I do. I really do.
I mean,
It's probably, you and I were talking, and we talked a little bit, and you measured. You made a little goalpost uprights.
Yeah.
That far. It's 2 balls outside, I'm sure.
So Blake's going to come back in and now run for Maddox and go back to second base. So graded back by Maddox Dill. Swung at 1 pitch, and it was a strike.
Yeah.
And he took a confident swing at it. He just
he
fouled
did.
it off. So.
Fouled it off.
So Connor Perkins here with a chance to help himself. Up 8-2, bases loaded, 2 outs. A 10th batter in the inning for the Tigers. Strike called. Catcher missed it, but it was right there.
It was. And the catcher's been glove lazy on a few things here. And I think that, to me, that was a lazy glove too.
I got a ball on the board, but it was a strike. There's a ball, 1-1. Yep. Umpire clarifies it's 1-1.
Umpire says, let's get with the program, guys.
Big inning here for the Tigers with 4 across. Could be more. Takes the ball.
Up and in.
Yeah. And a ball or a walk would add to it and bring up the next guy with the bases loaded.
Oof.
I don't think you want to do that.
God, you don't.
Here's the 2-1. Ball. 3-1. This is their umpire, by the way.
Yes, it is. Just makes me think it's outside.
Yeah.
And outside more than a baseball outside. You get some umpires that will call that, and some, won't. But I just don't know how much he's squeezing that.
There's a fly ball left field. Left fielder looks like he's going to be under it. Just got under it. Big swing by Perk, and that's going to do it here. Tigers get 4 runs on 3 hits. Going to leave them loaded, though. And so we go to the bottom of the 4th, 8-2 lead. We'll be right back. All right, Tigers go to Brody Dobbs, who will come in from center field. Temez goes to center field, and Perkins will go to shortstop. And Josh Portillo comes in, has to get a different mitt. got a little issue with his, it looks like. So have to get the backup. So great inning there. Come in with an 8-2 lead. Dobbs will face the Elliott, Bradshaw, and Blackman. That's 6, 7, and 8. Sure would be nice to get a 1, 2, 3.
It sure would.
I think best case scenario here for Heath would be Dobbs get this inning and the next inning and then go to Easton for the 6th and the 7th is what his plan is. So
I think that would be ideal. Elliott flew out to the shortstop with a line drive shot in the 2nd. Bradshaw hit one over to the right side, our first baseman. Medrano fielded that one, hit the next batter, and then Garza walked as well, and then back to the top of the lineup there with these particular batters. Flew out to Walker Smith out in left field.
So here we go. Good job, Brody Dobbs. Again, he started a bunch of district games last year, got a lot of wins, was a first-team all-district pitcher. So this is nothing new for him. He's used to being out there in big spots. So
and we've got a defense back behind him as well. They can play.
Probably your best defense, swinging a miss or swinging a foul ball here. You got a really, really good shortstop back in the game out there. You got your normal center fielder out there. So curveball hit foul, so he's quickly up 0-2.
Yeah, you're solid up the middle with your second baseman.
Blake has played great defensively at second base.
Yep.
Curveball hit hard up the middle and will fall in front of Temez. He doesn't play it clean, but will not advance the runner, so that gets it in quickly. So Elliott, who hit the ball hard last time, just right at the shortstop, starts off with the base hit.
Yeah, that 0-2 pitch, you were hoping it'd be a little lower.
Yeah, I got a little too much.
Make him a little chase.
Got a little too much of that plate, right?
Yes, he did. It was too good of a pitch.
Yes. So here we go. Bradshaw, first baseman, up with a runner at first. Takes the first pitch for a strike.
That's all he's done is thrown strikes right here.
That is for sure. The 0-1 pitch. It's a ball there. Let's roll up the double play ball right here. Little ground ball to Phillips. Be nice. Foul tip. Oh, Josh took the brunt of that one. Got some area that didn't have a pad on it. I'm probably going to walk out and give him some time.
That's one of the neat things about that, you know. Even though you compete and, you know, you're going at each other in situations like this, you find ways to help them along.
Yep.
And just a nice show of sportsmanship there.
So we got a ball and 2 strikes here, no outs in the bottom of the 4th. There's a line drive. It's going to be a go right over to Perkins. He's able to get it. A short hop to Phillips. He's able to get it, and the ball went over toward Perkins, so they got the lead runner. So that's going to be a 4-6 force out.
It sure was. Nice little play.
Again, it's kind of like that top spin line drive right there. Phillips is in between, was able to get a glove on it. So Bradshaw reaches on a fielder's choice. So we got 1 out, runner at first still.
Got a new batter. Oh, no.
Blackman. He was hit by a pitch and scored. Not a big lead at first. Showing bunt. Ball skips in. Josh was able to hang on to it.
Let's turn 2 here.
That would be nice. Quick inning. Showing bunt. Takes a ball, 2-0.
Make him bunt.
Yep.
Make him.
Yeah, take that out with the 1 out and get you to 2.
Mm-hmm. Make him. If they're going to do something like that, down 8-2.
2 balls, no strikes. A little better lead this time. Going to throw over. Ball hits off the runner. Threw it into the runner a little bit. Got a little help there.
Oopsie.
Might have been chasing the ball if it did not.
Yes, we would have.
Tigers put up a 4 in the top of the inning. Let's put up a 0 here for them. Showing bunt, and he does. Dobbs will get off. Portillo's going to play it and makes the play. Again.
Great job.
Yep.
Great play.
Yeah, Josh quickly behind, and it certainly, I think it helped him because, first of all, he's got a strong arm, but he's moving toward the ball. Easier throw for him.
Yeah. And I think he communicated enough, but,
yes,
you know, Dobbs was still a little late and should have just said, hey, it's you, baby, because he's coming out full speed.
Hunter Garza's up. 2 down now. Runners at second base. Garza's the left fielder and number 9 hitter. There's the pitch. In for a strike. Good location there for Dobbs.
And you could tell by Josh's reaction that was a strike.
Here's the 0-1. Ball low. That ball had a lot of movement on it.
Sure did. And inside on him, too.
Yep. 1-1. I don't know if that was a change. I mean, from over here, you really can't tell. You can see change elevation. Here's the 1-1. It's a good pitch, but it was low. I think it was, but that was a good pitch.
Yeah.
It's been in an area that's been close to a strike.
Hey, that's coach talk right there.
Oh, yeah.
Coach talk.
He's trying to work the umpire a little bit. That's a little low. 3-1 there. 3 balls in the strike. Sure want to get out right here.
And make this number 9 hole hitter do it.
Yeah.
Make him do it.
I think they can pick that guy at second. There's a shot up the middle, base hit. Tamez up with it. They're going to try to score him. They do. It's cut. Oh, he had a play at home if he turns and looks, but checking the runner first. So I think it was, he thought it wasn't going to be that close, but Tamez got it in quickly. Good job of hitting by your 9 hole there.
It was. And he was behind in the count, and it's right there, hitter's pitch, and he drove the ball.
So it's 8-3 now. Back to the top of the order. You have Michael Gray, the shortstop.
Michael Gray.
He's lined out or grounded out to the pitcher and flown out to left field. And grounded out to the pitcher is not really accurate.
Holy moly. I thought that was the pitch.
Yeah, so did Heath Autry.
And so did Josh.
Again, it's a curveball. So it's coming through the zone. 1-0. Pitch is up there, 2-0. Again, and we've seen it on the other team, especially early in this game.
Yes.
You know, when you're not getting pitches called that you feel like are strikes, it changes the way you pitch. You know, you kind of lose your zone. Where do you throw it?
Mm-hmm.
So here's 2-0. Gets the call there that he didn't get a while ago. 2 balls and a strike. Very similar location.
Yes.
Similar. Not necessarily the same.
No,
he might
similar.
have been up half a ball or something.
I think he was up a little bit. Hit that spot. Oh, yes.
Did he go? Yes, he went. Oh, come. Man, you got to make that call at home plate right there because he's behind. He can't make that call at second base.
Nope.
And that time, and where we're at today right now really helps us see it. So we got to see that.
Yes.
I think you got to see it at home. So 3 balls and a strike. That's in for strike 2.
Good pitch.
Attaboy. It's a good location.
Way to go after him.
It was a strike, but it wasn't just centered up at the belt, you know, for him to take a big hack at. So full count. 2 outs, man at first base. There's a shot to right field. Trenton Bruden coming, makes the play.
Yes, sir.
So Tigers give up a run, but that's it. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. 8-3 as we go to the 5th inning. You listen to Corsicana Tiger baseball here on the Tiger Sports Network.
See if this okay goes at him.
All right, here we go. Going to the top of the 5th. Easton Autry going to lead it off. They have walked him every time he has come up. See how they handle it right here with nobody on.
Let's see if this hard throwing pitcher here goes after Easton.
5th inning. Boy, this has been a long game. It's already 2 hours on. 8-3.
Here I was thinking we're going to have a low-scoring game.
Yeah. I was thinking
wrong?
2-0, but here we go. It's 8-3. So Autry steps in. He has scored 3 runs tonight. First pitch over for a strike.
Okay.
Let's do that again. No balls in a strike. He likes it because of the head shake.
Up and out.
Lots of gripping in the. Ooh, strike 2. 0-2. Doesn't like that one. Okay, he likes that one. Here's the 0-2. Chops that one foul.
Easton is a competitor.
Yes, he is.
Being the youngest boy, you know how.
Pretty intimidating.
He's been
Looking at him in the batter's box too.
Yes.
No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ball low.
That a way to stay off of it.
1-2.
2 older brothers. Of course, now he's the biggest.
Yes.
The youngest, but the biggest.
Of course, Heath's younger brothers are like 6'5" and 6'6", 6'7".
Yep.
Here's the 1-2. That's a shot out toward left field. Slicing, the left fielder's going to be there, but that ball was smoked. So, 1 hard out there. It's going to be Josh Portillo now with 1 out. That's a tough play on the left field. The ball is slicing and cutting.
Well, and the left fielder's lucky he didn't have a hole. You know, you didn't have to run very far to get to that ball. But it still had a spin to it, and you could tell it kind of crossed him up just a little once he got into position to catch the ball.
Because this does throw pretty hard. Nice pitch. That's the pitch. So if you're having to run a long way for it, you could overrun that ball quickly because all of a sudden it's coming back at you.
Yes, you're right. So right.
So no balls in a strike here to Portillo. Fouls that one back. Pretty good velo here, upper 80s
Yes.
probably. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
He has been the hardest thrower out of the 3 pitchers that the Cement City Panthers have put on the mound. Cement City.
The Cement City Panthers, 0-2, are up and in there, 1-2. I think that was a breaking ball that didn't break much. So
That's the second ball that's been thrown this inning.
he's gone right at him, that's for
He
sure.
has.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Portillo. Struck him out. 2 down, brings up Jordan Temez, who's had a great night. 3 hits, 4 RBI, 2 doubles. That's a pretty good night.
That's
huh?
nice night.
That'll keep you in the lineup for another week or so.
That's a good Friday night for him. Let's just keep that thing moving.
Let's keep it perfect right here. Man, good pitch. No balls in a strike. I think you need to go up there hacking. I don't think you need to be taking a lot of pitches.
No, you're ready.
Here's the 0-1. That one's up.
Got to be locked and loaded. Very different approach with this pitcher as well.
Yeah, no doubt.
Stephen was right. This is probably their best pitcher.
That ball
go.
is straight up. Catcher plays it in play, throws it to first base, and gets the out. And that's going to be a quick 1-2-3 inning for them. And it's going to be 8-3 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back. All right, we are back here going to the bottom of the 5th inning. Brody Dodds back out for his 2nd inning of work. We'll face 2-3-4, Talon Tiffy, the second baseman, Alec Reyes, and McDonald. So Tiffy steps in. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Popped out to Autry the last at bat. Takes first pitch over for a strike. Dobbs getting ahead in the count. That's one thing we saw the pitcher Dylan Dick do last inning against us. Boy, he was getting ahead in every count. There's a foul ball. Quickly up 0-2.
He was, and, you know, like you said, and like I said, Stephen's right. He has got to be, at least from what we've seen, he's their
He's been
best
the best
pitcher
tonight.
Yes.
Swing and a miss. Going to be a strikeout.
Got him.
Josh tagged him.
Yeah, call it.
So finish the strikeout there. Good job. Got him fooled on the pitch down in the dirt. So a strikeout for Brody. 1 down here as we move along to Reyes, who struck out twice.
Let's see if we can keep that streak alive right here.
So Dobbs is going to step back. Now he's ready.
That's just got to be in.
Yep.
Come on, bud. Strike.
I think Josh thought it was a strike, so that's inside. 1-1. I mean 2-0.
Yeah, that one was obvious.
Yep. So 2 balls, no strikes here. In for a strike. It's way to battle back right there.
Okay. Nice job. Josh's framing, I felt like that was belt maybe, and the way he framed it, brought it down.
Curveball in for a strike. Yes, sir.
That is a good pitch.
2-2, because he is not always called the breaking ball a strike. So he's able to get it in the zone, catch it in the zone.
So that means it was a high.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we'll take it.
Yes, we will, because that has not been a pitch he's been calling a strike. 2 down. And that was their 3-hole hitter who struck out 3 times tonight.
And has been the second out all 3 times.
So you got Ryan McDonald, who does have a big double tonight and drove in a run and a walk. He hit the ball to right field, one hop the fence.
Ryan McDonald.
Good pitch.
Curveball in for strike. He's got the feel on it right now. He's the rare guy who throws left and bats right. Usually you throw right, the opposite guys are right and then bat left. Ball bounces in. Guess Otani's that way too, right?
Yes.
1-1.
Uh-huh.
Because as pitchers, they hate that. You know, coaches hate that, managers, because that's you're exposing your pitching arm. 1 ball, 1 strike here to McDonald. Bounces in. Josh takes another one. 2-1.
That's why those pads, even those pads don't.
Sometimes they sneak around them.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
They don't wear the big old long ones that, like when we were in Little League.
Yeah.
2 balls and a strike. Popped him up,
right.
got a play. Going toward the parking lot. Misses the car. 2-2 right here. 2 outs, nobody on. Be nice to have a 1-2-3 inning and
Sure
be the
would.
first for the Tigers. Tried to get him to chase one high, and that was too high. Full count.
Brody. Red. Execute.
Full count. Here's the pitch. A little low. Still not going to have that 1-2-3 inning, are we?
No, we're not. We sure aren't.
His first walk of the game. So DH is up. Now the pitcher.
Dylan Dick at the plate.
Grounded out to short, and then Bruton made a great play on
Yes, he
a
did.
fly ball out there.
Diving play. Got
Yes.
us out of an inning. Kind of a jam, right?
Yes, it did.
So 1 ball, no strikes. There's a shot down the line. Will be down. Will it get to the wall? Edgar's going to have to chase it to the wall. Runner's coming around third. They're going to hold him at third. So we have a double here with 2 outs. And, man, that dude jumped on that pitch right there. Dylan Dick with a big double and gets McDonald over to third base.
Nice shot. Nice swing. You know what? Dylan's a heck of a player.
Yes.
He's a heck of a baseball player.
Yeah, because the ball earlier that wasn't a hit is a hit a lot of times.
Yes.
That Trenton was able to make a play on.
Yes. He's put the bat on the ball all 3 times at the plate, and done well as he's come in on the mound.
Well, a little stress here now. 2 outs, 2 on in scoring position. He's able to hold off the breaking ball.
Josh needs to be that wall behind the plate right here.
Got to be able to cover up those balls in the dirt. So Back pick. Got him. Nope.
No.
Look. Yep, he didn't throw it. Didn't trust the timing. He let up on the throw. But they had him leaning. We do that more than any team around.
And are successful at it.
Yes. We've had so many pickoffs like that.
More than any team around.
Here's the 1-0. He was able to hold up 2-0, and the pitching coach in the dugout might have been as good at it as anybody. Corbin Hall was really good.
And that timing with the shortstop as well, you know.
Yes.
Being a former coach and
having Leighton Wolver as your shortstop really helps that too. So,
but working it and working at it at all three, freshman, JV, and the varsity levels, they're learning it from the ground up when they step onto campus and starting the program. So
Coach Autry going to take a minute to go out and do some mental approaches here with Brody. 8-3 ball game. You'd like to leave it there as we get into the last couple innings.
Being behind in the count doesn't help.
Nope.
With this at bat. Okay, he's going to stay out there long enough. And I felt like the umpire was going out too early in his first couple of visits.
Let this one go a little longer than probably normal.
A little longer, yeah.
So, a little pep talk there from Heath, and I think, after giving up a screaming double right there, you might be hesitant to come in there and get one out over the center of the plate right there. So he's working, a little more conservative to him. Now you got to go back and throw strikes. And Elliott's hit that hard line out to the shortstop back in the first.
Yep.
Actually hit the ball hard to the one hopper that Phillips had. Ball gets behind Josh. He does not get down and block it. Will score a run right there. That's just giving up on thinking the ball kind of gave up on the play. He thought it was up a little more. And so
just got to work. You got to work at that. You've got to, and that's something that Josh has done.
Yeah, he's been great at
game.
it.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Yep.
So 3 balls, no strikes right here to Tate Elliott. And gets a strike there. Good location, 3-1. 8-4 is the score now. And the pitch, curveball, not called the strike.
Well, and looks like the way Josh is reacting, it looks like it needed to be one.
Yeah,
needed to be called.
Pretty good pitch right there. So you're going to be first and third now with 2 outs. If you'll remember, we had 2 strikeouts to start this inning. And now Corbin Hall is going to go out. So
here comes the change.
I guess we're going to go to Jordan Temez, actually, to try to get out of this inning. So
just make a switch.
Dobbs will go back to center field. So Temez coming on. So Dobbs with an inning and 2/3.
41 pitches.
And so now Jordan comes in with the first and third. So get Jordan ready to go. So, wow, here we go, man. This game, every time you get a little breather, they don't go away.
They don't.
Right now, and again, you wish that, I guess they did kind of earn it. They got the double to get him to third base, but the pass ball right there is something, let that run in. A little frustrating, but Jordan is playing his third position now. He started at shortstop, moved to center field. Now he's on the mound.
He's a utility player.
He can do it all.
Yeah, you hate the pass ball That's the one piece you wish you had back.
Yeah, the walk to McDonald, you certainly would like to have avoided that. And Dylan Dick just crushed the ball. He did a good job of hitting. And then Elliott right there on the walk. Go down 3-0. That's a hard comeback right there. And he just kind of lost his grip. He was in a groove with the curveball, getting it over for strikes. And then, I don't know if he lost it or he didn't get the call or whatever. And so he got behind and is never able to recover there. So.
And the strikes that he had off those curveballs, he was really throwing it.
Yep.
And then the ones that are coming up short, he's short. He's not bringing it like he did the ones that got over the plate. And, of course, those could have been the spots they're wanting to hit because they're wanting the batter to chase.
Yeah. Well, we got 2 outs here, first and third. 1 run across here in the bottom of the 5th. Still a 4-run lead, but, you got the first baseman Bradshaw up.
Bradshaw, late.
Reached on a fielder's choice.
And has hit it over to
Actually, he's the one
Madrano.
that hit it at Phillips on the one hopper. So
1-0.
1-0. So, pitch there from
pitch.
Jordan. 1-1. Make sure he stops.
Yes.
Make sure he doesn't balk.
Yeah.
Steps off. Time.
Time by the batter. Oh, no. Evidently time by Josh.
First and third defense here.
He's letting it go. It's always funny to watch different catchers. Some of them are very deliberate, and some of them just kind of, because it's something to get out there in front of everybody, even though they're your teammates.
Ball low there, 2-1.
Down and in. I liked it.
2 balls and a strike. There's a loop and it's going to get down off the end of the bat. 1 run will score. Dobbs up with it. It'll be first and third here. So now 8-5.
They're putting the bat on the ball this
Yep.
inning after the
Yes, they
first
are.
couple of strikeouts, getting guys on. The 2 walks out of this.
Jaden Blackman.
So
Pass ball didn't
Yep.
help to start the
No, it
run
did not.
scoring.
So 8-5 now. In for a strike. There's a ball, 1-1 to the center fielder.
Been hit by a pitch.
Tried to bunt.
Tried to bunt.
There's a off the end of the bat. Phillips rushes, going to get it at first base. And they
Good
get
job.
out of it. Good effort, good hustle right there to get that play done. And that's going to do it. 2 runs on 3 hits? 2 hits? 2 hits and 2 walks, yeah. Going to leave a couple out there. So it's 8-5 as we go to the 6th inning. We'll be back after this timeout.
hit that ball up.
Yes, he did. Sean Medrano coming up. Had 3 good swings here tonight. Last got rewarded last time.
Driving that high strike.
And he really helped get a run back in the first, even though we couldn't give him a hit on it. So Sean Medrano leads it off. Dylan Dick really did a good job when he came in the game last inning. Tigers with an 8-5 lead here as we go to the 6th. So it'll be Medrano, Bruton, and Sod. And for a strike.
Ooh.
That's a little higher than some of them have been called tonight.
I felt like it was.
Probably a rule book strike, but.
Wow. Above the belt strike.
Yeah, we don't see that called all the time. We haven't seen it much today.
Heck of a time to start calling it in the 6th inning.
There's a ball there, 1-1, which has been closer to his strike zone.
Yep. It's a tough job being an umpire.
I couldn't do it. I don't want to do it. And again, we can't see exactly where the ball is, you know. So. And gets over for a strike now. Ball and 2 strikes here to Sean Medrano. Trenton Bruton is on deck. And there's a pitch. Swing and a miss. I guess they're going to have to throw it down to get the out, and they do. Fooled him on the pitch.
Sure did.
Couple of strikeouts for Dylan Dick, pitcher. So here's Trenton Bruton. 0 for 2 with a walk. And ball is a little high.
And caught the catcher off guard. It's almost like he wasn't expecting that type of pitch.
And a 1-0. Okay, 1-1.
That ought to show you that it was not a strike. Because he's coming up with that.
Yep.
That ball's down, so he's having to fancy frame it for you. Not a strike.
And the 1-1. That ball's low. He's trying to do the same thing
He
there.
comes through it.
Yep.
And of course you're teaching.
Yep.
Everybody teaches that, but you know, just shows when somebody does not catch it. Got to do too much to get it up there.
2-1 here to Bruton.
Of course, he's seeing it as a strike from the start anyway. We're sitting there looking at it from the side.
Up and in, 3-1.
No way.
Nice to see him struggle a little bit because he didn't struggle at all last inning.
No, he sure didn't. He had 12 pitches last inning.
Here's the 3-1 to Bruton. Bounced it in, walked him.
2 straight walks for Trenton.
So Gabe Sod's going to come up now. He had a base hit and a couple of RBIs last time. With 1 out, got Edgar on deck. Big breath there for Sod as he steps in. Ball. All of a sudden he's struggling with his zone.
Mm-hmm.
Checking the runner. Here he comes home. There's a shot to left field. Is this going to stay fair? It does. It kicks off the wall. Bruton's running. He's going to come around. They're going to send him home. That ball hits off the wall. Big shot down the line for Gabe Sod. What a shot right there. 2 back-to-back hits. Another RBI for Gabe. Big hit right there. Big double.
That was huge. That was Rusty, I thought that thing was out.
It's out at home. I think that's out at home.
That's a shot.
That ball was high, and he smoked that sucker.
He did.
So another walk come back to bite them, which I think is both teams have been bitten by the walk. So 9-5 now. Tigers go back to a 4-1 lead, but Gabe Edgar steps in with a runner on second base and one out. One across. Outside.
Well, that energized and changed the way Dylan pitches now because he's coming in there a lot harder. It's almost like I felt like he was tired there first couple of batters, but
trying to get back in the strike zone after he walked.
Yeah.
Fouls that one back. 1-1 now. So maybe took something off to just get a get-over strike, and Gabe made him play.
They're just feeling like, hey, I got these guys, because that goes in their head too.
3 big RBI on the night for Sod. Takes a ball high there to Edgar. 2 balls and a strike. Wants a new ball.
Big night for Gabe at the plate.
You bet. Also had a walk, so 2 for 3 with a walk.
Yes.
Couple of guys now. Tamez with a big night. Had 4 RBI. Sod with 3 RBI.
Easton's scored 3 times on his walks.
Yep. Oh, we got lights on car here. These automatic lights, people. There we go. Lights are off. 2 balls and a strike.
Makes me feel like we're at BB Field. Turn your lights off.
And there's the pitch. Oh, man.
Well,
2-2.
I'm going to tell you what. I like that call better than a couple of the others. The catcher didn't have to
he
bring
caught
up
it
that
there.
front.
You're exactly right.
Yeah,
So.
I'll take that.
And again, it has been a strike at times. It's just not always.
Yeah.
2-2. Whew. That's okay. That didn't, unless he set up off the play, that ball came right at the belt.
You know, both thinking the same thing.
All right, Gabe, here we go. Full count.
Battle, baby. That a boy.
Going to be a ground ball left side. Elliott up with it. Throws it over. He's going to bounce it in. Does not make it clean. Sod moves to third. First baseman did a pretty good job of trying to keep it in front. He just handcuffed him, and he could not hang on to it. And a great play by Elliott over there. The throw just did not make it happen. Unfortunately, we got to give him an error on the play.
I'm giving E5 the error.
Yep.
That first baseman needed to stretch and take away that hop more. He's a good size, good tall dude. Reach out there, stretch out there, and go take that.
He did
big
handcuff
hop away.
himself, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I felt like he did.
So Sod's going to come in. We're going to run him. We're going to run for him. That is Jackson McGraw. It's 2 freshmen we've seen out here tonight.
Yeah.
So Jackson got an at bat the other day too. I believe that was against Kaufman on Tuesday.
Well, you've got 9-1-2 coming up, so
yeah,
you're getting something hit out into the outfield. You want somebody with a little more speed, tag up and go.
And here's Blake Phillips. Steps in, he shows a bunt, takes it up.
Okay, I like it.
Oh, yeah, and Blake handles the bat extremely well.
Yes, he does.
Keeps you out of a double play, too, if you bunt it.
I like making them move around, too.
So here's Phillips. Takes strike 1 there. And I think we're taking a strike on that, don't you think?
Yes. I think so all the way.
So here's 1-1 now. Joe's bunt, gets it down. Right back of the pitcher, though, coming home. Does he tag him? He does.
Yeah.
Again, Unfortunately, it went right back to the pitcher, so it was an easy play back at home. So he reaches on a fielder's choice.
Connor Perkins.
McGraw running for side is out at the plate. 1-2. So it's 2 outs there. So first and second now with Perkins back up. Easton Autry on deck. Would love to get another at bat this inning. Tigers with a 9-5 lead. Fastball. A little high, I guess. 1-0.
Yes, I think so. I wondered what Heath, I felt like Heath wanted Gabe to take off sooner maybe. I'm just thinking that there was something there as, you know, Blake squared, get him to take off and take some focus away from
get a little better
McGraw.
lead, yeah.
But
swing and a miss right there from Perk.
But with that squeeze there, you've got to get it. You've got to have a great secondary and be on the move.
Because if he's not down the line enough, he had time to check up right there and go back. So here's the 1-1. It's just chopped it foul by Perkins. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's waiting for his first hit of the night, but he does have 2 runs scored on a base hit, on a walk and a hit by pitch. Flown out to center, flown out to left. So chance to drive in another run right here with the runners at second base and first base.
It's a crack of the bat there on the move. Anyway, with a push from first to second, but still you got 2 outs.
There we go, 1-2.
Good experience at the plate right here.
Yes, sir.
Let's make it pay off.
Got under it, flies it up down the right side, foul territory, first baseman over, and he makes the play, and that's going to do it here in the 6th. Tigers do get a run, though. So 1 run on 1 big hit by Gabe Sod, 1 error and 2 left, as the Tigers take a 4-run lead to the bottom of the 6th. All right, we're back here going to the bottom of the 6th. Easton Autry out for the Tigers, his 4th pitcher of the evening. As Jordan Temez got out of the last inning, did his job. So he went a third of an inning, right? So
yes,
he will go to third base now, his 4th position of the night. Dobbs back to center field.
On his baseball card, they'd have utility.
Yeah, they'd run out of space listing positions, right?
Yes. Just call him utility.
So the Tigers have scored now in 4 of the 6 innings with multiple runs in 2 of those. Had a chance in that last inning, unfortunately, play at the plate. Win against us, so Easton Autry going to come on out, and he will start off with the number 9 hitter, Hunter Garza. who singled and walked in the game.
Josh has got his third glove of the night. Looks
Had to
like
get the one with extra padding.
Yes.
He's knocked her with a big leg kick. Fires in for strike one.
You can't help but call that a strike.
Yes. Swing and a miss. Dylan Digg was throwing hard, but that's harder.
Yes. This is a hard throw.
Yeah,
he loves to pitch.
He's a 90, 91, 89 to 91 probably most of the time. So 0-2. Kurt breaking ball, able to hold up 1-2. He's got a big breaking ball too, and when he's got a good feel for that, he can flop it in there for a strike.
Well, that was a good miss. I'm glad we didn't have a swing at it because that's tough on Josh.
That's
you go.
one. Caught
there
him
you
looking.
Go.
Strike one out. No, I mean, out number one there is a strikeout. He had last Friday when he had to go 4 or 5 innings. He was really rolling with the strikeouts and just kind of ran out of gas because he hasn't been extended to go too long. And when he had to come out for that extra inning, they got a little blooper in and just kind of like time to. And I know he's really, his gut was to take him out, but, you know, he'd been pitching so good. The other guys were like, let's let him go.
Yeah.
In there for a strike right there. And I think that's the other thing is when you're seeing the ball coming like that, it's hard it's easier to call strikes. Man, that is a great pitch.
Wow.
Come on, man. Wow, that's a great pitch. It's a great pitch.
That's a top-notch curveball.
Right in there. Popped him up. Oh,
it's coming
shoot.
at
Look
us.
out, look out, Adam. Look out, Adam. Look out, Adam.
Hey, we're on it, Coach.
Yeah.
We're on it. We're on it, baby. You got former baseball players here. That's
I was worried about your camera there, Adam. Came out just on the other side of the net, thankfully.
Adam would have turned into a spider monkey and covered everything. He'd have been over.
I'm like, I really don't want to catch that ball barehanded. That sucker was high.
Everybody was eyes on us.
Curveball. He got the call that time, punched him out. 2 straight. Man, you're getting 90. You're getting 90 gas coming, and then he throws that at your hip, and all of a sudden it's over for a strike. That's a hard thing for a high school kid.
It is, and they aren't ready for it. They think they might be, but they just.
So here we go. Talon Tiffy. He's trying to bunt for a hit. It's going to be foul. Jordan almost caught that a little too soon, but it was outside the line. But it did not hit out there, and he caught it in the air.
He needed to get himself over there and establish.
Yes.
But let's just say his right foot had established himself. The left foot was still in the air. Yes, is right.
Either you got to come up throwing on that or
we'll take
let it go. So
you ain't kidding.
Here's the 0-1. High heat. 1-1. I like the idea by Tiffy doing that.
Oh, yeah. That's about the only way he's going to get the bat on the ball.
Glove didn't move, but not a strike there. 2-1.
Of course, I say that. And here he goes, dribble something out into the outfield and get a hit. Now, got a foul ball.
Well, that one straight back, 2-2. Not sure how his changeup is. We don't have to see it too often, but this would be a great time to throw it if he's got a good one here to the left-handed hitter. Or just throw 90.
Throw 90 or throw that nasty curveball.
Back doors, huh?
Yes.
Here's the 2-2 pitch to Taffy. A little low.
Of course, you hope it doesn't, the back door, if it's a good one, you hope it doesn't fool the umpire, too.
Because he gave up on one while ago.
Yes. Yep.
Full count pitch.
Let's go right at him. Get him.
Ground ball up the middle.
And there it was, boy.
Yeah, man, don't doubt my second baseman.
No.
Little second baseman, man. You don't doubt us.
Yeah. I should have kept my mouth shut anyway.
That's a good job. Good job by Tiffy there, staying on it.
That was.
Alec Reyes comes up. He is
0 for.
All strikeouts.
Yes.
If you get the strikeout here, is golden sombrero, is that what we call it? A little high there on the fastball, 1-0.
Is that what they call it?
I think so. He's not going to do it. It's going to be a fly ball to Dobbs in center field. He's on it, and that's it. Good job right there. Great job by Easton Autry coming in, shutting things down. 2 strikeouts, gave up a hit, but that's it.
17 pitches.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Top of the 7th coming up now, and Tigers 3 outs away from ending this one. So let's see if we can add to the lead. All right, man. Here we go. The 7th inning. Tigers with a 4-run lead. Chance to add to it right here. Easton Autry comes up. He hit a ball really, really hard last time. Left fielder was able to make a play, but he's walked 3 times and scored 3 times. So nobody on. Let's see how they pitch him. Now, Dick went right at him early.
Yes, and I bet he's going at him again.
Of course, then he saw him hit the ball like crazy.
And just thought, you know what, long out, big out.
Yep. So here's Easton Autry. Takes a ball low. That time he did not throw him.
He sure didn't.
That pitch. So it's 1-0 here to Autry. Portillo and Temez also due up. Whew, foul ball. 1-1. 2-1 for the Rangers, losing to the Mariners right now. So that is in the 4th, I believe. So 1-1 pitch, and good location at the bottom of the zone there, 1-2.
Yeah, it was. Nice pitch. Right there it's at the line. If you're looking at a box, it's at that line. It's a good pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes. That one's low, 2-2. All right, man, that's a mature hitter right there.
Oh.
You just get a low strike called, ball right at the bottom of the zone, and he drops it a little lower, and you're disciplined enough to be able to pull off of that.
That's what makes him such a good hitter, even with his power.
2-2. Smashes that ball down the right side foul, so. That sounds different when he hits it.
Oh, and it's, it's not like he's got both hands and he's turning on it. It's like he's golfing it and just fighting it off.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 7th, 9-5. Autry up. Takes the ball inside, full count.
Big and agile guy.
Yeah. You might not want to hit him because he is the pitcher. May not want to get hit by 90. Full count. Here's the pitch on its way. Outside, walked him, his 4th walk of the night. He has scored all the others. So, Josh Portillo's up. He struck out the last couple times. Tigers sure would like to add some more runs up there. Takes a ball. Well, Tigers have struggled to score some runs at times, but here we are with 9 runs on a team that, Dill told me they had better arms, better pitchers than Heritage did.
Well,
and that was the difference between them.
And here's one of them.
Yep.
Right here, and we're producing.
Takes another pitch up, 2-0. So Josh now 2-0, up big. Jordan Tamez on deck.
We're going to get another take here. We're going to make him throw a strike. Ooh. No.
Off the end of the bat. Going to have to go. He goes to second, gets the out there, but that's it. So too slow to really get the runner. It will be a fielder's choice. It's a good job by the second baseman getting the out there. I thought he was just going to go to first base.
Nice turn. Working those feet. Nice coordination between him and the shortstop.
He's been the best hitter in both of these games for them. So Jordan Tamez had a big night. He's got 3 hits with 4 RBIs. 3 for 4. Ground ball, right to the second baseman, try to double him up. It's going to be tough to double up Jordan. He does not, so he will now reach on a fielder's choice. Another 4-6.
Another 4-6. Another FC.
So now Medrano comes up. Struck out last time, but he's got a single with a run scored and reached on an error. That was a well-hit ball, and that ended up scoring a run as well. So.
Nice speed at the
left side. Tate Willett over it, bounces in. Bradshaw bails him out on the throw, and that's going to do it. 3 outs away here. Tigers 9-5, and they'll try to finish it up here, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. All right, here we go. Going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Tigers with a 4-run lead. Easton Autry on to try and close it out. And he will face the 4, 5, 6 hitters, McDonald, Dick, and Elliott.
Ryan McDonald leads off the Panthers.
McDonald is 1 for 1 with a couple of walks. Picked up an RBI there in the first. It's just be a good battle right here.
This will. All 3 of these hitters right here. Good pitch.
In for a strike. Down at that bottom part of that zone.
You just need to stay steady right here. Just staying steady.
That's a little low. I know Autry wants it, but that was a little low. You saw Josh bringing it up. So.
He's working it too much. Of course, as a coach, you're thinking, hey, that's coming across.
That curveball is wicked now. He was bailing on it. Dropped in there for a strike, 1 and 2. He didn't want that one. He's got the one he wants now. Here's the 1-2. Curveball in for strike 3. That is 3 strikeouts looking on the same pitch. Man, how about that?
It's not even close. I mean, that's above
Yes.
the competition level right there.
That's college level pitcher right there.
Yes, it is.
Now, when you hit it 500 plus feet, they may not want you to pitch, but there's a chopper to third. Jordan up with it. Throws it over to first base. 2 to quick outs.
Good competition right there. That's all that was. Midlothian, the Cement City pitcher against Corsicana's big boy.
So now you've got Tate Elliott, the third baseman, steps in with last out here as the Tigers try to sweep Midlothian. You know, after struggling against Kaufman on Friday, you're like, oh, my gosh, where are we going to be?
Mm-hmm.
And what a difference a week can make here. Whew. It's a good pitch, but a ball.
Yeah, I don't know where that miss was.
There's a pop-up to the right side. Blake's calling it. Blake's calling it. And Medrano goes and takes it. Not good communication there. But he makes the play. That's all that matters, right?
The out, yes.
So it's an F3 instead of an F4, and that's all we care about. 3 up, 3 down. Easton Autry gets it done on the mound here for the Tigers as they come out and shut this one down here in the 7th. He puts up 2 zeros. And at 3 strikeouts. Yep, 3 strikeouts in 2 innings of work. And scored 3 runs in the game. So there's some guys here that your players of the games are going to be. Oh, we got Autry and Coach here having a discussion. You know, coaches like to get together and talk after games, and players and all that good stuff. That's the one thing about baseball. There's lots of talking going on in baseball.
Yeah.
Because all these coaches are buddies, except when during the game time.
It'll be interesting to see what's being said.
But what an effort there. Again, Jordan Tamez, Gabe Sod, Easton Autry. Those are you guys, to me, that really kind of stuck out for you.
Well, and there's no doubt about that. You know, Perkins scored twice.
Yep.
Easton scored 3 times.
7 RBIs between Tamez and Sod.
Oof, yes.
So that's good stuff. It's a big win there for the Tigers as they now go to, what was that, 6-4? Yep, 6-4. Sweep Midlothian, who was leading the district coming in, starting this week.
Okay.
And so now see some Heritage guys here. They're happy.
Oh, they're loving it.
Yeah, because they were tied coming in the day. I'm sure they won tonight, so they will be in first place.
Wow.
And they were swept by Midlothian earlier in the year.
Is that right?
Then they swept us. So, it's kind of this is one of those districts and some of those teams. And like I said, you go back to the Crandall game you lost to, you just didn't really hit well. And the Kaufman game where we couldn't get an extra run when we needed it.
Yep.
So, anyway, we'll see Coach Autry come up here shortly, and sure he'll bring a few guys over, and they had big games here tonight. And so what a fun week here at Tigers for the Tigers. And
sure was.
They'll get to move along here and still got 2 meaningful weeks. You got a big one next week against Red Oak. As I'm not sure, Red Oak did beat Ennis on Tuesday. We'll see how they fared tonight. And, bottom line is you win all your games, you don't have to worry about anything.
That's right. Winning this week's huge. It's big. And,
it really kind of eats up those 2 losses you had.
It really does, yes. But now, with the way the standings are and who's beat who with this group, because I think tonight we have separated ourselves, and it's a 5-team race to get those 4 spots.
And it's still a 5-team race. We didn't eliminate that.
Nope.
But you got a chance to settle it on the field this coming week.
And it's these 2 teams that
both of them are good. Okay.
We've got to deal with.
Yep. So, and that's the best part. You get a chance to take care of it on the field with the 2 teams that are ahead of you. So, we look forward to that. Oh, let's see here. Let's take that off. Here you go, Heath. Attaboy.
Hey, Coach.
All right, man. Congrats. How about that, man? Let's put that down there. So, congratulations, Heath. What a week. Getting the sweep.
Yeah, we talked.
Well, hang on. We don't. Go ahead now.
All right, it's a huge sweep for us.
You got him. You got him. All right, you good?
Yeah.
All right, now we got you.
You are good.
All right, so here we get you on camera. Let us get you on camera right there.
Hello.
All right, good deal.
All right, so congratulations! What a week, sweeping the team that was leading the district. So coming out here and having a great week.
I'm just really proud of the guys. That was a kind of a tough game. We got out there early, and JT got a big hit in the first inning and put us on the board, and had he had a good night at the plate, man. Had some really good at bats, and he came in and gave us some tough outs there in the middle. I just thought we walked a few too many guys on the mound. We get to 2 strikes, and then we're just trying to be a little too perfect. But the whole goal was to try to get to Easton in the 6th and the 7th and let him throw 6 outs. And so we pieced it together and made it happen.
Well, he did that, and it seemed to be a little tough night for pitching, maybe on both sides. And, again, understanding what's a strike sometimes might have been a little tough at times. But your guys really battled through. I thought you had some great at-bats tonight.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Yeah, we definitely had a hitter's umpire tonight. Pretty tight strike zone, but he was consistent both sides, and you had to throw the thing over the plate.
You sure did.
So we were fortunate enough to piece that together. But up and down the lineup, Gabe with a big double there for an insurance run.
Yep.
There's just some. It was some good at bats in the middle of the game there. Sean Madrano had a big at bat in the middle, base it up the middle. And,
you had 3 RBIs from Sod. You had 4 RBIs from Jordan.
Yeah.
So that was big, in different parts of the lineup. When they're going to walk Easton, and they walked, and that starting the game, your inning was perfect. You put Perkins on. They're not going to pitch to Easton. Great bunt here by Josh, and then Jordan comes up with a big double and empties the bases. That's about the way you draw it up.
Yeah, it worked out. The Easton had 4 walks, man. What do you do? It's just getting on base. He's just helping the team win. But that's what needs to happen. Those guys. That's why we got Josh and Jordan right there behind them, and Sean. And somebody just needs to relax and come up with a big hit.
Well, they certainly did it tonight. And again, you put 4 pitchers out there. Everybody had their moments to do some really good things, and then. You just kind of couldn't finish some of those things, but then when Easton came in, he put the lights out on them. So
yeah, I thought he did a really good job of not trying to throw it as hard as he could. He kept trying to tell him you can't strike him out on strike 1. Just execute a good pitch, and I thought he did a good job of showing some maturity there and really using that breaking ball. That breaking ball is a good pitch.
Yeah, it's a big league pitch, man. That is a Division I pitch right there. Now the guy next to you here, Jordan, talk about it a little bit. You played 4 positions tonight, so you can just play them all, man. You run out of spaces on your baseball card on positions, right?
We'll just call you utility.
Yeah. So talk about that when it is called for you to come in and play multiple positions in the game.
I just do what I can do what's best for the team at the end of the day. So wherever he puts me, I just play as hard as I can.
Well, you did it tonight. Talk about those at-bats, especially that first one up there when you had that opportunity to really come up there and get the big double when those bases were out there waiting to score those runs and get those runs across. Talk about that. What did you see?
I mean, my at-bats, I was trying to, hit the fastball in the early of the count, but I was low-key getting in 2 strike approaches, and I think that's where I best hit out of right there.
Well, you moved the ball all over the field. You hit it down the line. You hit it to right field. You moved the ball around. So what's your approach when you're seeing that, just as far as hitting the ball where it's pitched?
I mean, for those runners right there in scoring position, I just try to hit a ground ball to second base. But if it comes up to being a line drive or whatever, I just hit it where it's pitched.
All right. Well, all right, Big E. What's happening, man?
Oh, nothing much.
Did you have fun tonight?
Yes, sir. It was a lot of fun.
Well, good. Well, you did a lot of stuff out there. You didn't get to swing the bat a whole lot,
No,
but
sir.
that's all right. You did hit the one ball you hit was crazy.
It was a missile, yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Now talk about when you came into the game on the mound. That was fun to watch.
Yes, sir. I was just trying to be slow everything down, not let the moment get too big, and fill it up and throw strikes. I knew the umpire had a tight zone. I was just going to get in there and my goal was throw down the middle because I know I'm better than them. So.
Yeah, not give him a chance to
Yes,
not
sir.
call it a strike, right?
Easton, how did you control you were amped, dude. I'm just telling you. We could tell it. We'd see it at the plate. We saw it out on the mound because I know you wanted to compete against their pitcher.
Yes,
you
sir.
against him, plate to mound,
Yes, sir.
and the opposite there. So how do you reel yourself in?
What do you mean? reel
Like
myself in?
you're because you're so amped up and ready to go, and then when it's time to compete, how do you bring yourself back to square?
The biggest thing for me is the breaths. Like if I get a bad call in the zone or in the plate, I look at the left full foul pole. That means let it go, deep breath, let it go.
Okay.
If I'm in the box, I usually I don't have it in my hat, but I used to have a word fight on my hat and take a deep breath, and really slow it down from there.
Okay, good deal.
Yes, sir.
Because you were jacked up and ready to go, brother. No doubt.
You have as much fun on the mound as you do hitting?
Yes, sir. I have a lot of fun on the mound. My dad has to tell me to slow down.
Yeah. Huh?
I like to ring him up a little bit. So. He does not approve. He does not approve.
He does not approve, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
he will let you know when he doesn't approve.
Yes, sir. He always he always says you don't want to be a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Is he subtle about it, or does he say, "Hey, come here"?
Yeah,
It's
it's like
the
that.
come here.
It's the come here.
Richie's seen that a lot.
Yeah,
today.
we've dealt with it.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about a little bit this week for the team. Getting this sweep, what does that mean to you guys?
It was really big. It shows that these are the best 2 games we've played all year,
Yep.
hands down. We came out and we know what's on the line. Like I said on Tuesday, our goal was just to have as much fun as possible. At the end of the day, anything could happen. So you never know what your last
That's
game.
right.
Poor Stu. I mean, poor Stu
Yeah.
got hit in the face. He's never gonna be able to play again.
Oh, man.
It's really sad. But so our goal is you take that into account. You never know when it's gonna be your last time putting on a uniform.
Well, your next 2 weeks are big. You got Red Oak and then Ennis, and so your fate is in your hands, right?
Yes,
That's
sir.
exactly the way you want it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to that. It's going to be a big time as we get to Red Oak next week.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Best of luck in your preparation too. It's going to be a big week at practice.
Yes, sir. It is. It's
So
gonna be
go
a big
get them,
week.
and good luck tomorrow
Yes,
too.
sir. Thank y'all.
All right, bud.
Thank y'all.
Easton
Good job.
Autry, great
Yes, sir.
job.
Thank y'all.
Came in, got the big save tonight, and scored 3 runs in the ball game. We talked about Jordan had 4 RBIs. Gabe Sod had 3 RBIs. So good stuff. So fun stuff here is a nice way to win. Nice week. So
And like Easton said, they've played their best 2 games against
Yes.
a good baseball team. They just we need to be able to see that.
they
these
scored
next
9
2
runs
weeks.
tonight.
Wow.
And there were 7 RBIs. So they were getting hits at times when they needed to get the hits. So great job here. 3-hour game.
Wow.
Close to
Which
it.
we weren't expecting.
Yeah, but it's
Adam's
good.
still awake, so we're
Adam's
good.
still here. Now he's got to take all this stuff down. Fortunately, it didn't get crushed with the foul ball that was popping up here, but we were saved, but it's on the other side of the net. So.
That's all right. We just saved some. One of us would have caught something.
Yeah, might have hurt my soft hands from, those days are over. So, all right, well, Adam, good job, man. Appreciate you coming, Rich.
Thank
good
you.
stuff, man.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back with you next week as we get 2 games against Red Oak. We'll see you Tuesday night. So, Tigers win here 9-5. We'll be back on Tuesday. We'll go on air around 6:45. First pitch around 7. And we will have more Corsicana Tiger baseball coming up then. So until then, we wish you all a good night. God bless and go Tigers.
Go Tigers.